Hey, this is Rosemary with Roleplaying Public Radio.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Okay, jumping in there immediately. So we're playing Belly of the Beast. This is a system that I have not actually run yet, so this will be a fun and exciting thing. The premise is that you're literally inside a giant beast. You're third generation inside continent-sized.
So we've always been here.
You have always been there. Your grandparents, they got done 8, and then their parents were born in this, and now you're born into it, and it's just terrible. It's a very interesting fantasy survival horror, very emphasis on survival horror setting. So I'll post a link to the RPG's website where you can learn more about it. But it's dark, it's grim, it's full of stomach acid, and it smells of meat everywhere. So it's fun times. So we have 2 players, Tom and Michelle.
Hello.
Hi.
And they're playing 2 scavengers who are going to do a little errand for their tribe. So tell us about your tribe. What is it called? What do they do? I've given you some descriptions of the setting. They could be people who lived in a former city. They could be nomads that are pig farmers. They could be, I don't know, what are you thinking?
So, we didn't think about this at all before.
I know. We're doing it. So, do you see, how do you picture your character?
Former city.
Former city, okay.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
We still live within what's left of it.
All right, yeah. The beasts literally eat giant cities as they migrate slowly from headward to tailward. Those are directions because, again, giant monster, very big. Can't get compass directions anymore,
No.
weirdly enough.
So instead of as the crow flies, it's, like as the bile moves.
That's pretty much it. So you're in a former city that was eaten. And so we'll call it you can just call it the city with the granary, because the city with the granary, because it had a granary, and that's why you stayed here, because you ate everything in that granary.
Yes.
But we can almost we revere it now.
It was safe. It was sealed. It was totally protected from the bile.
Yes.
Great stonework. Great by whoever who's undoubtedly dead made it. So it's become a place of shelter, of safety, a sanctuary. Very civilized, I guess. So we have 2 scavengers who are going to head out on their job. So Michelle, please describe your scavenger.
Yes. Her name is Himna.
Himna.
She was orphaned at a young age when her parents succumbed to meat poisoning because you can't eat the flesh of the beast because it's gross.
Well, you can. It is edible, but you go crazy.
Yes.
So they went crazy.
They went totally nuts, and I was basically abandoned from a very young age. So I learned to scavenge on my own and became very sneaky and good at climbing and great things like that. So I really have no home, and I just kind of live in the city.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. No, and that's.
I'm living there now.
Okay, and tell us about your character, Tom.
I am playing Tarkus.
Tarkus. Oh, that's a good name.
He is a...
By the way, the name of the scenario is Your Stomach is a Graveyard.
Okay.
Yeah, he came from, literally from what I heard, the bad places of the monster.
Yes, the further tailward you get, the more bilious it gets, the more stomach bile and acids and fumes. It's just unpleasant.
I was from a nomadic tribe that kind of lived there because just more like they lived there to spite everyone to say we can live here. They did for a while, but eventually everyone but me died, and I have kind of vowed ever since, like, I will not be killed by this thing.
Okay.
If I'm going to die, it's going to be at somebody else's hands. It better be.
Okay.
It's like my thing is I will not die at the hands of this thing.
Okay, so you don't want to die from an environmental hazard or anything, which is very. You also need to die. Then you need to die before your lungs go out because again, you're always breathing in slightly acidic fumes.
Well, yeah, I'm spoiling for a fight for someone I think could kill me.
Yeah. So basically, you would kill for the chance to have your lungs transplanted with a 30-year like coal miner, or 30 years of coal mining. Those lungs look way better than yours.
I mean, I was like, have you seen Black Lung?
Yeah.
Oh, that is the path for me.
Yeah. At the city, the city of the granary, the leader's name is let's see. Oh, I will use the handy NPC thing. He is a wise 42 years old.
Oh my god, he's practically venerable.
Gosh.
He's
Wow.
very, very ancient. But he is...
I was like, old one.
Yes.
Old one.
Let's see here. He is Guptin. Guptin, the elder, has asked both of you because again, you weren't born into this tribe, but again, people are a lot less fancy about these kind of things now. Because
I wish I had a granary when I was growing up.
this is one of the few areas that doesn't practice slavery, at least too bad. So you guys are free.
It's only a little bit of slavery.
Yeah,
just a skosh.
It's more like indentured servitude.
And you're valuable members because you're able-bodied and you don't have really
skills.
bad habits. Yeah, you have good skills, and you're not cannibals. You're not reavers. You're not,
Great, we're not insane yet.
Yeah, you don't eat too much of the beast meat. Everyone's eating something.
Neither of us have any family ties,
Yeah.
so nobody will miss us if something happens to us and we don't succeed.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's like, you don't have to waste any time mourning us.
Right, it's fine.
So Gupton calls you into the granary itself. So they have a little fire going. They actually have another elder who is teaching the children how to read and write because there was a library here at one point.
Wow.
And they're doing a lot they can to preserve knowledge because engineering is real useful in these times, especially in metalworking.
I'm imagining vellum doesn't react too well to lots of humidity.
No. But there are materials you can write on.
Stone.
Yeah, stone. So they're doing the best that they can. And so you see this going on, and Gupta is like, greetings,
Hey.
We need your assistance, and we will be willing to pay you. I know lately scavenging around here has gone very bad. We've plundered most of it.
Yeah, she keeps the books. I don't.
Recently, though, another kingdom, a tailward from here, has made an offer to us that we need to. They want our knowledge, and in exchange, they will give us metal weapons and tools, which are very useful. So, as you undoubtedly are aware of, we have already fulfilled our end of the bargain. We've already traded them some knowledge. We've explained how to solve certain engineering problems that they were having, and now it is time for them to repay their debt, or at least the first shipment. I need you to scout the path and secure it to the kingdom of Togar. He will probably ask you to do something else for him. That is my understanding. This is again your major tasks is to secure the path, and we will pay you at least for your food for now. But if you can secure Togar and get him happy, then we will pay you more. But he will probably he is quite a bully and uses his power and influence, so he will undoubtedly ask you to do something else, solve some sort of problem with him. But it's just the price we have to pay. I mean, I think. Oh yes, the reason why you'll have to do something. We secured the metal goods, but not a caravan to bring them back here. So you'll have to pay. You'll have to do something for him to pay. So he will agree to send some of his guards out to make sure that the metal weapons are not stolen or lost along the way.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
So
sounds good.
Yes. Thank you. We will give you a supply of buttermilk to go. Or no, blood butter. Sorry, blood butter is made from hog's blood and milk. So that's the most popular beverage.
Yay.
Because water, by the way, some people view pure water is really suspicious. It was really rare. And two, people don't know the difference between, safe water to drink and non-safe water to drink. And three, so some people are suspicious of pure water. So why not just drink hog's milk? And why not just make butter from, their blood and milk? And that's what they drink. Because
fuck yeah.
It's a really messed up place.
Then again, how can it be grimdark if that's all we've ever known?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, you've seen water. I mean, there's actually rain in some regions, so it's big enough to have rain and whole weather.
worm weather.
Yeah. So the problem is, of course, sometimes it's water and sometimes it's acidic water, and sometimes it's not pleasant. Is the point?
Okay. All right.
So that's your task. Go tailward. You've heard of the Kingdom of Togar before. You don't know. You have to make skill checks if you want to figure anything about it.
Okay.
And if you want to make any other preparations, that'll be the thing. So if you can make up NPCs that you want to say goodbye to. If there's some pig farmer you're really sweet on, or something like that, or a weaponsmith or a scribe.
I'm nervous around normal people.
No one's normal.
Anyone who isn't a warrior, like
okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except her.
Yeah,
she's fine. I don't see her as a warrior, but I see her as boss.
Yeah,
which is just as good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I talk to no one. He just follows me. It's fine.
Okay.
I keep to myself.
Like,
I don't make friends. Just one more mouth I have to feed. Ugh.
All right.
He kills things for me.
Sadly, this is quite normal behavior. You're considered well-adjusted,
Yes,
healthy
fine.
individuals.
the other time I crushed that guy's skull.
That was cool.
That was fun.
That's pretty cool.
All right, yeah.
I'll talk with her. I mean, we'll chat, but it's
Yeah.
mainly about work.
Yeah. Things that have been crushed by torque.
Oh, there was also that time I punched that guy until he literally died.
Yes. There you go.
I just didn't stop punching him until I wasn't punching flesh anymore.
Okay.
You didn't have to. I'd already, stolen all his stuff, but it's fine. Whatever.
Well, he said something that really made me angry, and I just couldn't stop.
Oh. All right. Well, that's an excuse then. Yeah, that's.
But I
that's
appreciate
totally
you didn't
credible.
stop me.
Yeah.
I think I needed that.
All right. So do you want to do anything before you head out tailward?
Maybe you could. If you're actually good at looking into things, aren't you?
Yes.
You might just see if there's any. See if we know anything about this area we're going to. Or...
Yeah, you can both roll lore. This will be a short test, one roll each.
Okay.
2 dice for each of you. Or, I mean, you need 2 dice to succeed.
Okay.
On your lore. So what is your lore rated at, Tom?
6.
6. So you need 2 6s, and you only roll 1 normally. Because you don't have any advantage when it comes to rolling.
So I probably couldn't do it.
You cannot do it unless you spend instinct. By the way, you both have 10 instinct, 5 from each of your 2 pools. And you can spend those, but you don't get them back until the end of the scene. And this scene will not end until you get to the Kingdom of Togar.
So I will let
Togar!
Yeah.
By the way, for the listeners at home, Togar is the name of the rogue lion from the movie Roar, which is where I got the name from. So it's not technically heavy metal themed, but Roar is the most heavy metal of all movies because many people were maimed in that.
Yeah.
And
Tarkus, I think, is the name of a British rock album.
It is. There's a character in JoJo named Tarkus. So
I do not know that.
you do now.
Yes.
I do know it now.
So, Tom, you may not want to even roll because, you can't. What's your lore at?
My lore is at 5.
So you need a 5. You need 2 5s.
Yeah.
You're only rolling 1 normally. If you actually, I'll allow you to role play, but you both said you were loners. So if you were friends with somebody, you could have said you have an advantage because you can ask your friend, but you don't have friends.
No friends.
All right.
No, I think I'm going to use my curiosity.
Okay, how many dice do you want to use?
1.
Yeah.
Sure.
You need 2 successes.
Okay. 2. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, what would be good? Let's see.
Probably more than 2.
Probably more than 2.
You're talking about rolling 2 5s. Normally, you will, if you get a clue, I will say you get 3 instinct dice back.
Okay.
So you could spin 3 if you get it. That means you're rolling 4 dice.
Right.
And if you get 2 5s, you get those 3 back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
At the end of the scene.
At the end of the scene.
Which is after you get to once you get.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm just.
Okay.
This is part of rules tutorial for my benefit as well, because if I say
so it's not for us; it's for the
it's
listeners.
for everyone and the listeners at home.
All right.
Tom.
So yeah. So
Anyways.
roll
4 dice.
4. See if I can learn something useful.
Oh wow, that's 2.
2. Yes.
5 and 6. Yeah, you succeed.
Okay.
All right. So you know a bit about the Kingdom of Togar.
Okay.
And you do know that there are two paths to it. One is, one thing, the major thing about the Kingdom of Togar, it's in a valley. But there's some sort of massive blockage, so it's kind of formed a natural dam. To sort of a lake of weak stomach acid. So you know that there's some sort of the major export of this kingdom, quote unquote, is excavating ruins from this lake of stomach acid. So
imagine the worms. Oh.
But they also apparently have people living in the valley below the dam, so you don't know exactly how that works.
God help them if it ever ruptures.
Well, yeah, that would probably be bad, be very bad. So,
okay.
You think Togar himself lives on top of the dam in the center, so in like a gatehouse or something, refashioned from a military siege engine or something like that.
Okay.
So, but there are two paths to get there. One is short and quick and relatively safe, which is why no one uses it, because if you're a bandit or a reaver or a slaver, that's where you would camp out. But if you're stealthy, or you have some sort of distraction, you could easily sneak by. The other path is longer and involves sort of going along a narrow, basically a very, very steep cliff. Over a seemingly bottomless gap with a sort of narrow path along the way. So those are your two choices.
All right.
Now, of course, you could. Those are the two known paths. You could try and find a new path. You know the general area of where to look to find a new path, to trailblaze something new, and that might actually be worth more to go to, because you could find, I don't know, more stuff, or just trailblazing a new path and then selling the secret to it to the traders or the caravan would actually be quite valuable to the right people.
Yeah.
So, which of the two paths do you want to go to?
Because I am not stealthy.
No.
Well, you don't necessarily. I mean, you can. There are multiple approaches. You could also. There's if you, like I said, if you can come with a clever distraction. So. Or you could use social negotiations. You could try and find out who would be camping there nearby and try and bribe them or threaten them. Or try and ambush them before they ambush you.
Right, that's true. Maybe we could just kill them.
Yeah, if you roll well, you can do that. So
okay.
So that's up to you guys. What are you thinking?
Sure, you want to trailblaze?
Yeah, if you want to trailblaze.
Let's trailblaze.
Let's find a new path.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, so that's near
go big or go home.
Yeah.
All right. So the trailhead for that, basically where you think the path should go, is near the cliffside, the long path. So you climb up, you scamper up above that cliff, which normally sort of dead ends in sort of some blockage. You start feeling around, and then you realize there's sort of a thin membrane of tissue. With your punch dagger, you can easily punch your way through. And you see basically these are dead, dried out, or petrified blood vessels that nothing in there. So you'd be going through some basically tubes. You don't know where they go, and they'd be utterly
The monster
pitch
is
black.
a series of tubes.
By the way, just so everyone knows, as far as no one knows, the book mentions nothing about any sort of like creatures that live inside it that can pose a threat to you, except for other humans. Like there's no
parasite.
There's no parasites. There's no giant bacteria that come alive and grab you. There's no
antibodies
or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. Of course, there are things that will eat you. There would be like weird organs that could flail at you, or grab you, or orifices that open up beneath you, or something like that.
Or acid.
Or acid. Yeah, there's lots of stomach acid because you are in the gut. So just keep that in mind. So there's no antibody orcs, if that's what you want.
Okay.
But there are lots of
antibody orcs. I like that.
So it looks like this would be going through pitch black tunnels that would be like shoulder width for him. You'd be a little less tight for you, obviously,
sure.
but. And you don't know where they go. You think it's going in the right direction, but you don't know if it's going to do that. So, do you want to hit that? This will be a long task, which will require both of you working towards a same goal. But I won't. I'll say this will require 3 dice from each of you for 6. So 6 successes total. You'll need at least 1 resolve roll, and then 1. I want to say coordination or might would also be acceptable. But every time you roll, both of you. So the way a long task works is you both roll. And then if you get up to 6, hey, it's completed. But if you get at least 1 success, but not 6 successes, there's a complication or a consequence.
I say let's go forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you get 0 successes, there's definitely a consequence.
Right.
And you could totally fail. So you want at least 1 success each time. But each time you make progress but don't complete it, there will be more complications and more consequences. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So the first roll will definitely be resolve. Can you go in the pitch black tunnel where you would be basically helpless?
All right, I'll spend 3 instinct on that.
Okay. From which one? I mean, it doesn't matter either way.
I say loyalty, just like she's going forward. I got to go forward.
Okay.
All right.
What's your resolve at?
It is at 4.
4? Okay, so you need every 4 better you get is success. You need to roll as well. You need.
Yeah.
I'll say both of you need at least 1 resolve.
All right, can I let that stay?
Nope.
Okay. 3.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, my resolve is at 5. So I just need 1.
You need at least 1 because it's
Okay.
scur.
It's scurry.
Scur.
Yeah.
Is it too spooky for you?
No.
Are we bad
But I'm
enough?
going to use fear to identify any dangers.
Are we bad enough dudes to rescue our tribe?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so. But I'm going to use fear to identify any dangers. So I'm going to spend 2.
Are you using your maneuver?
Wait, what?
Are you
Oh.
using that? Yeah, the little check marks.
Yeah.
These are just spins. You don't roll for these. You just spend it.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, you can spend it. Do you want to spend that 1 die
Or do I just want to use fear to
for the bonus?
for the
you
bonus?
roll?
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just use
Okay.
fear for the bonus. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
1. Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, so that gives you 3 and 1. So that's 4 successes out of 6. So very good. You
All
get
right.
in there, but there is going to be a consequence. Because guess what? It's real scary. So I will say the consequence for this, as you get through there, you start scraping, the bone vessels harden, and they start grating on your skin, your exposed skin like sandpaper. So you start just bleeding. So you will take an injury. An injury will give you a -1 dice penalty to 1 physical skills. I'll let you choose whether it's coordination or might.
Coordination.
Coordination, all right. So you
Might.
lose 1 dice whenever you roll that skill until you get it healed. 1 dice injuries are pretty easy to heal, but 5 dice and you're basically dying in anything. So this will be along your arms and legs. So the injuries also have hit locations, by the way. So
Okay.
you might want to make a note.
Yeah. Notes down here.
Yeah, they don't really. Yeah, that the one weak spot. One of the weak spots. Well, I don't want to critique the game before I finish running the game of it, but the injury section does seem a little neglected on the character sheet, at least. But anyways, mechanically, it was pretty well described in the rules. So
Sure.
I'm pretty clear on that. All right, so you make a lot of progress, and it actually opens up into a larger chamber. You can. It's pitch black though. Without rolling, you can start a fire though. You find some material. With your scavenging abilities and everything, you can find some material to set something on fire and start that. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. You look around through the dim light, and you can see there are more tubes ahead, and then there's sort of you're basically on top of that cliff. You look down, you see far below you. You see that cliff that the long path is.
Okay.
So you're just right above it. But as you look around. Actually, you see something glinting. You're basically on the side of a mountain, and you're about halfway up. The cliff's sort of near the bottom, and then you're sort of up here. And then you see up on another slope something glinting in the light, which would have to be metal. But then the tubes open up a little further and continue along the way. So you're actually lucky. You did. This is the right path. This is leading to the kingdom of Togar. You'll just have to climb down. The tubes that are ahead are big enough that you're not going to have to make any checks to go to, but you will have to climb down to get to the kingdom of Togar. But there's also an optional thing. Do you want to climb up and see what that shiny thing is?
What roll would that be?
It depends on how you want to do it.
I can attempt it.
All right.
How are you going to climb?
Mightily.
Mightily? Okay.
Essentially, just like
it is neat that you're climbing up. So yeah, you can use your punch dagger and do that. So this will be a short task. 2 dice to succeed. So it's 1 roll, 1 and done. But if you fail, you will damage or you will your dagger will get damaged.
All right, I've already spent 4. I'm going to spend.
Also, are either of your instincts greed?
No.
No.
Okay. You see, curiosity would be good for you to go up there. Because then that's, hey, what the fuck's up there? And then if she goes, then you can use your loyalty to go up with her.
Well, that's good. I could use my coordination because my coordination's 4. So.
And my might is 3.
Oh yeah. Stealth won't really.
Actually, if she asked you to go up there, that would fulfill your loyalty, though.
Ooh, yes, please go up there.
And then that's your curiosity.
Yeah.
You're getting him to do
hey,
it.
what's that?
All right.
Shiny.
So yeah, this game is all about just trying to fulfill your instincts as much as possible. So,
Okay.
So you'll both get instinct dice back for that. So, yeah, go ahead and make a roll. So you need what's your
3.
Yeah, that's your brilliant one. All right. So you need 2.
God damn it! I got 1.
All right, you got 1 success. So that's a failure. And I told you what the consequence would be. Your dagger gets chipped as you slide back down. You hit a bit of bone or something hard in the meat, and it chips, and it just slips, and you don't lose it though. You slide back down to where you start.
Okay.
So you fulfilled your instinct, and your dagger put down chipped dagger, chipped. So you can try again.
I'll try one more time.
You'll try one more? Okay.
All right. Now, how many instinct do you have left?
2 after this.
Okay.
There we go.
2 successes. All right.
Okay.
So you managed to climb all the way up there. And yeah, you see it's a kind of a weird, it's a weird shrine. There are several hands on it, human hands that have been cut off, severed, that have been put in a circle, and there's some sort of weird symbol on a piece of, well, it's a helmet, and so you can take the helmet, but you're desecrating some sort of weird shrine.
Wait, it's a helmet, some kind of shrine. Should I take it?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
All right, so you
godless
grab it.
heathen. Who cares about shrines?
Oh yeah, no.
We're not religious.
No.
You can make a lord. Well, you didn't see it, so
I'm bringing
Yeah.
it. When I bring it down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by the time you bring it down, it was done with like dried blood and it smudges pretty heavily. So
Oh.
yeah.
Darn.
You didn't see it with the original hands. So, yeah. All right. So you got right helmet down. You know.
Cool.
So you have a
Bonus
helmet.
equipment.
Also, by the way, this is a barter economy. Weirdly enough. So
There's no money.
there are actually some. It does specifically mention
That's
some
weird.
tribes do use gold and shit to trade, but that's a limited thing. And I'm going to say in the kingdom of Togar, it's totes barter. So if you want to get your dagger repaired, that would be another scene or an action in order to trade that helmet for
Fresh dagger.
or repair dagger.
Right. Okay.
So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, it's 2 dice left on your long task to get down to the Kingdom of Togar. You have to climb down the mountain now, so this would be my
All right.
coordination.
Yeah.
You need 2 dice between the 2 of you.
All right. Well, I've got
So-
good coordination.
You want to go for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll roll 2. I'll use one last, and then you roll a bit more. And I think we hopefully should have this
I
between
think
us.
so. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll use I'll use 2 fear. I gotta get down this thing.
Okay.
Gotta get down this thing. I just want to double
I'm gonna
check.
use-
So I use 2 extra plus the one
I'll
that I
use
would roll
this
for.
I'll use this to show how much I have left.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Here, you want to go on? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get over 10, by the way. There's not.
No, we have more 10s over there.
I
We are dice rich.
Yeah.
actually have 10 dice, so I think I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to double check. So I always would roll 1 for coordination, so that I'm adding 2.
Every time you roll anything, you always get 1 base die.
Okay.
If you have an advantage, you get a bonus from that, and then it's whatever your instincts are.
Okay. So if I'm using 2 fear, I get to roll 3 die. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
I got 2.
I got 2 successes.
All right, yeah, with 4 successes, you do quite well. No further complications. And that is.
Climbing down is like climb on my back.
Right. Fly down.
So you get you sort of basically meet where the long path ends and enters into the kingdom of Togar, which is basically a narrow tunnel that then opens up into the valley. And so you open up there and you can see many fires and many things. This is a very large populated area. But basically, you're sort of by the entrance. You're actually on top or like on the path leading to the top of the dam. So you're above at the top of the valley. And to your left, so straight ahead, you can see the lake. You can see a huge lake of slightly glowing stomach acid. By its quality, you can tell it's quite weak. I mean, you wouldn't melt if you got in it. You would sting like hell.
Okay.
And probably blind you if it too much got in your eyes, but you wouldn't immediately die. You would probably be better off, obviously.
Swimming.
My mother would throw me in that when I was a baby, just for the hell of it.
So the dam itself is actually a fortress that has been reinforced, like a fortress that tumbled side over side, and then they just spackled it in and filled it up, and it looks quite strong and impressive. I mean, you're not an engineer, so you can't tell.
Right.
There's a massive gatehouse on top of it, and you can see there's sort of what would pass as a resplendent palace. There are many people and fires and a lot of activity in there. But then, curiously, the valley itself, you see. There are 2 walls along it, dividing the valley into 3 areas. And the gatehouse itself, you can see there's actually sort of a sluice. And as you watch it, you can watch the stomach acid being poured from the lake into the center area. So basically, there's the dam here, and then there's 3 areas here, and you can see the sluice can be rotated to pour acid on any 3 of these areas. And all 3 of these areas are populated, by the way. There are, numerous people milling about, but the trickle it pours for about a minute and then sort of goes there. There's drainage ditches in the center of each of these areas. Also in the lake itself, you do see like a massive metal structure poking out of it, and as the acid pours out of the dam, more of the structure becomes visible, and then as you're watching, becoming more accustomed to light, in the very far back of the lake, you can see a waterfall, an acid fall. So you can tell that there's some sort of equilibrium being reached here. You're not sure exactly what's going on, but you can follow a path straight to Togar's gatehouse, or you could take a path down into the valley if you want to. But what do you do?
Let's get down to business.
There's also a couple of guards walking about. There's one of them looks at you, the 2 of you.
Those guards have punchable faces. But we won't.
They have spears, and they look at you. No, show me your eyes. You're not mad. You can.
Not yet. No, we're fine.
No, we came from the other city.
The Granary City.
Granary City.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're here to see Togar. We need to see him.
We'll go to the gatehouse to tell them your business. He's been expecting visitors.
Okay.
From there, they yes, but do not
tarry.
Yeah, do not tarry. This is a civilized area.
We understand civilization. We're fine.
Yeah.
Do we look barbarous to you?
A little bit. You're wearing bone armor, that is.
We make do with what we have.
Here we have metal for armor. So,
ooh,
yes,
fancy pants. Yeah. Well, fine. Well, no, we need to go talk to.
That's why, like, oh my god, they've got metal everywhere.
Oh.
So you head over. There is a short little palace official. He is dressed in actual robes, and he is quite bald. As in, doesn't even have eyebrows. His skin is kind of leathery. You can tell this is a person who's been dunked in acid many times. All the hair's been sort of...
I'll nod approvingly.
He's like, oh, hello. I am, what was my name again?
Balgrin.
Oh, yes, it's Balgrin. Yes, thank you. Of course it is. Yes. I am a loyal servant to King Togar. Oh, how may I help you? Yes.
We need to go see King Togar?
Oh,
business with him?
Oh, of course. Yes. Would it be terribly hard of you to give him some news? I'm supposed to, but I mean, you're going to see him. You might as well.
I mean, what is
this news that he wouldn't want to hear?
Right.
Why would you ask that?
Why wouldn't you want to tell him yourself?
Is he going to dunk you in the acid again if you tell him?
It's that obvious, is it? Just...
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you clearly look like you've been dunked in acid.
I've seen it many times. I've seen it before.
He makes me take the robe off because he doesn't want the robe melting, and then I have to. If there's bad news, I get strapped to the dunking chair.
Yeah, that sounds pretty terrible.
It is.
My mom used to.
But I don't have to eat I haven't eaten the beast meat in over a year. So
good for you. That's good.
Yes.
It's very good. So, you take what you can get.
Sure.
But, so you don't want to tell him that Monomarth says no?
I don't think so. We'll see how it goes in there. We'll let you know on our way out if we told him or not.
Oh, very well.
Hey. Chin up, pal.
Okay. Unless you're rolling something, there's no benefit. But I
was like...
Oh yeah! First off, the last scene ended, so you guys get instinct dice back.
Okay.
So you definitely both get 3 for. Let's see here. Now there's only 1 instinct pool, so you got 5 from each of your things to begin with, but it's only 1 3. So you got 3 4 because you discovered a clue that led to a valuable haul. So you got that. So, anybody else did a thing that fulfilled their instinct? I know you were curious and you were loyal.
Yes.
To go up and get the helmet. So that's another 3 for both of you. So you both get 6 total back. Is there anything else you guys did that fulfilled any of your instincts? Or you haven't finished the adventure yet and you haven't bartered your haul yet, so...
No. So you want to use fear to climb down? Fulfill an instinct.
It's fulfilling an instinct. So if you acted fearfully or paranoid,
right?
Actually, I'll give you another 3 for fear because you decided to avoid both the known paths.
Oh yes.
Because you didn't want to try and negotiate with the bandits or risk your life. So I'll give you 3 for that. Anything else? What is it? Yeah, you
haven't killed anyone.
Nope. You haven't threatened violence, or it's not necessarily killing. You just threaten, Or if you had done a role playing thing of when you failed and chipped your dagger and just I'm gonna punch the wall a lot, you'd scream, I would have given you more. But it's a role playing thing. It's not necessarily. It's not as you don't have to throw your character into a disadvantage.
I'm back up to 7 then.
Okay, so you're at 7. And you can earn more. This whole negotiation will be another scene. King Togar, you go into his court. Again, it's a gatehouse that's been put on its side. So it's at this point, it's mostly metal. You're basically walking on metal with that like a metal grates that have resisted corrosion for a long time. But there's boards and various things that have been put over it in order to have something to step on. So it's not that luxurious, but again, in the beast standings, but there's a massive sort of wheel that a bunch of slaves have been tied to that they kind of rotate to. Right now they're resting, but you can see that that's how they operate the sluice.
Okay.
But they also have a little thing at the top of the sluice to control how much acid pours out, and it seems right now it's at a trickle. So it's just trickling down. But
trickle down economics.
Yes.
It literally is.
Yes.
So the 80s, the most metal of decades. So
Reaganomics.
Yeah, this is Reaganomics. The Beast is labeled that. It's like a political cartoon. So King Togar is a haggard-looking man. He's quite old too. He must be he's probably 50.
What? No fucking way.
He's been living the high life. He's eating a dish of mushrooms and potatoes and hog's meat.
Douche.
Yeah, no.
All right.
He was instinct to kill.
He has a serving boy and a serving girl who are both, fawning over him. So he is, and there's even a musician who is playing and singing a lyre. So it's very, very decadent.
Our Lord is great. He is the dude.
That's basically what it is.
Yes.
King Togar is great. He has defeated his foes. And of course, he just puts his hand over everyone's sign. It's like, hello, visitors from the city of the granary. Yes. Hello.
I'll let you do the talking, Anne.
Yes, and who are you, my dear?
I'm Himna.
Are you a slave or are you free?
I'm free.
Oh, of course, yes, because you do not look like a slave master.
I'm not.
No. I assume he is not your slave.
No.
Yes.
No, we are scavengers.
Yes.
We've been asked to take on this mission to come see you and help secure passage.
I must thank them. They repaired the sluice and helped me keep it so I can just pour acid on any of the communities below to keep them in line. It's for their own good that I bathe them in acid. Yes. But you must, unless you want to carry the weapons all yourselves, which I do not recommend.
No.
I have a caravan waiting to go because I have much trade to do with the city of the granary, but I need payment to pay my guards, and I would trade with you a service for a service.
It's what makes the worm go round.
Yes, very well said. Poet, take that down. The poet, yes, a writing slave, come here, and the slave comes forward and bends down and bares his back, and the poet starts writing on his back.
Wow.
It's kind of like this. Yeah, I think I burn this place to the ground. No, I think I can do it this time.
Yes, well, you see, I don't know how much you are familiar with my political organization here, but I am king of all that I survey. Mm-hmm. And of course, my fabulous wealth and power is derived from my divine right, which is the structure back there.
Sure.
As you see. But in order to get the longer we stay here, the deeper we must go in order to get the best. Because even the bravest and most bilious born slaves can only spend so much time in the waters of Lake... what was it called again? Doom! That's not very dramatic. We need a better name. But we'll call it Lake Doom.
Like the Lake of Pain?
The Lake of Pain! That's good. Yes, the Lake of Pain.
It's like poetry slave, write that down too.
We're only about halfway below. We've only looted about the top half of it. And so we have to... And they keep... The beast keeps blessing us with more acid. So we have to keep emptying it out in order to loot more and more things from it, and it has to go somewhere. But all these people, they just showed up and started colonizing this without my permission. Well, maybe with my permission, but maybe I led them on a little. But anyways, so
this is my internal thoughts.
But if any of them, but there are a lot of them down there. Many more than my loyal vassals here. And so in order to keep everything balanced, I don't want them warring with each other, because they're basically savage. They're very barbarous. They're not very civilized at all. Mm-hmm. I alternate the blessings of the Lake of Pain, so that none of them get too
Blessed.
Aggressive or thinking upwardly mobile. We can't have that.
Like exercising any form of free thought.
Right.
I don't care as long as they don't come up here. That's the main idea: is that they don't come up here and try to overthrow.
Upstairs never mixes with downstairs.
Yes. Very good. Write that down too.
I'm a poet.
You are. You don't look it though. So there's 3 tribes: Chonk, Savatage, and Amon Amarth. I don't know where they get the names. It's just what they call themselves. Chonk they farm mushrooms and potatoes. The Savatage, of course, in the center they're pig farmers, and then the Amon Amarth they're good at growing bugs, insects. If you could weaken either Savatage or Amon Amarth. By the way, did you see a little bald man who had no hair on him but dressed in a fine robe?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have any news?
What was that name again?
Yeah, that Amon Amarth. Yeah, they said no.
Well, Savatage themselves, they've been getting very arrogant lately. But Amon Amarth, obviously, I'll give you a choice. Amon Amarth or Savatage, I need to be weakened in a way. And Chunk, they're not doing so well. They've been having a problem with it. What do they call them again? Cannibals. Yes, cannibals.
Long pig.
Yes, well, the cannibals are attacking the people of Chonk. So I'll let you choose. If you want to help the people of Chonk deal with cannibals, and you fight the cannibals, that would be fair. Or you seem very creative. You have a poet's soul, sir.
I do what I can.
Yes. So I'm sure in that infinite creativity, you could think of some method in which to humble Savatage or Amon Amarth. Maybe spoil some of their food, maybe turn them against each other. Just kill 1 or 2 of them in a gruesome fashion to let them know who's boss. Should I give you more advice? I feel like I'm trying to lecture the masters here. Because you look like masters of mayhem, is what it looks like.
Oh.
That's what my mom called me when I was a kid.
You actually remember your mother.
Yeah.
God, that must explain the poetry.
Yeah, she was really violent.
Oh, yes.
I loved her.
Oh, no. Anyway, if there's no other... Once the balance is brought to this kingdom, I will be happy to send the caravan away. But obviously I can't send the caravan while I'm in a precarious political instability.
Sure. All right, yeah, we'll take care of that.
Good.
Yeah.
And if you see the little Balgrin, yes, please send him in. Poet, prepare the dunking chair. He was not courageous enough. We must teach him bravery.
Well, yeah, education's important.
Right. Yeah. I thought I saw, some of his eyelashes starting to grow back, so.
Oh.
Like, eyelashes
It ruins the aesthetic.
Yes.
So, all right.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to see Balgar on the way out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you need to go in there.
Is it good?
No.
No.
Hey, you look at it this way. It builds character.
What's a character?
Like, it's something you're building a lot of.
I don't want to build character.
When you've built enough character,
Yeah.
you'll advance to a new level.
Of what?
Understanding.
Oh. I don't want to understand. I just don't want to be dunked in acid anymore.
Well, look, sometimes you gotta get dunked in acid.
I know.
We've all done that.
Really?
Actually, yeah, literally, I have.
Oh, yeah. Your hair does look. The eyebrows do look a little stringy. You have great eyebrows.
Yeah, no. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, she doesn't have to.
no.
She has business sense.
Kind of want to invite Valgren to join us. Escape the king. Run away. Run away.
Well.
I feel like that would be a terrible idea.
Not necessarily. It does occur to you, I'll say for free, that maybe maybe a regime change might be a better. Of course, that you have 3 separate tribes that are vying for power, so trying to unite them all against Togart to overthrow him would be one thing, but if you don't put a strong ruler in place, then maybe not.
Nowhere does it say we actually have to make things better.
I know.
I mean, trust me, the thoughts I had for what I do to him.
Right.
I could write poetry.
All right, so that ends that scene. You got a clue. You know what you have to do. So you both get 3 instinct dice for that.
Okay.
None of you really win on your
poetry.
That's not
one of my instincts, but
yeah. That was good role playing, but yeah. If you had, I don't know, abused that poor Balgrin or done something to defend him, that could
Dude,
be nice,
what could I possibly do that he hasn't already got done doing?
Yeah.
Right.
So, anyways, so you both gained 3.
Right.
So you should be back up to 10, I think. So you have 3. You have 3 possible tasks you could do. One well-defined task and 2 sort of vague ones. The easy one is defending Chunk from the cannibals.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Okay.
I haven't killed anything in this trip.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways to kill. I mean, it sounds to you would be, cannibal packs. They're not things that are easy to do them. Killing, not one of them. They are pretty tough. So you don't know how many there are. There's 2 of you, so.
That is true. Or we could weaken one of the other 2.
Yeah. I mean, from the place you can see, you can get a pretty good view of the entire valley. It's actually pretty well lit. There's a lot of bioluminescent moss, algae kind of thing growing along the sides of the wall. And there's plenty of fires, so you can get a pretty sense that there's probably a few hundred people living in this area. So,
all right. Well, let's see. Okay, so the middle section's being
pig farmers,
acid, whatever.
Right now it is.
Okay,
but they can rotate it.
We got potato and mushroom farmers, pig farmers, and insect farmers.
Yes.
Yeah. They all supplement with scavenging, but none of them.
Right. I'm curious as to what he asked the one group to do that they said no to. Maybe we should go talk to them.
The Amon Amarth, the bug farmers?
Yes, the bug farmers. Oh, bugs.
Bugs are fine.
Okay, let's go to the bugs.
All right.
Let's see what's happening over there.
There's a path along the valley that sort of winds its way down. You take that directly to the Amon Amarth section. You can see that they have these massive sort of crude stone hollowed out pits that they've used to keep that basically they're raising crickets and things like that. And there's just swarms of crickets, and these pits are deep enough that the crickets can't jump out. And there's even little wranglers that are just grabbing handfuls of them and putting them in sacks. You see other people who are preparing them. They mash them up and stuff like that, and they just turn it into a kind of a gruel. And then there's kids who are getting detritus, literally whatever they can find to throw in there to feed the crickets. Scraping the algae off the walls, the runoff from the pig farms. It's just great. It's just and it smells like that too. So, but there's also some other. There's a smith who's cold working some bronze tools. There are hammering things out. There's actually a tavern that they are sitting and talking at. There's and sort of that's where the gossips are and stuff like that. Yeah. There's also a town hall where you think the headsman would be.
All right, tell you what, you go look into it. I'm going to go get my thing fixed.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
So yeah, you're more the investigator.
Yes. I'm going to go into the town's hall, try to talk to their city leaders kind of thing and see, All
right, so you head in there, and you can see Amon Amarth appears to be a woman. She's also quite old. She's, by the standards, she's also probably
45.
In the 40s, yeah.
Okay.
Quite, matronly, but very, very stern.
What the hell do you imagine we saw someone in their 60s?
I think it's basically impossible because by this that your lungs are disintegrating by your 50s. So like
Right.
you're I mean I guess it's your campaign.
I guess we could have some Immortan Joe guy with like billows on his back.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Mediocre.
So she's talking to some people. Looks like she's mitigating a conflict between a few young guys and a few older, like maybe slightly older men. Mm-hmm. You can eavesdrop for free, or do you want to do that for a little bit?
Yeah, let's eavesdrop for a little bit. See what's going on.
All right, so you sit down, wait your turn, and eavesdrop. So I'll get back to you in a second. Carcass. Mm-hmm. You go to the smith. He grunts at you.
Tell me, can you do anything for this? It's chipped.
Huh? I assume you kept the chip with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good knife. I'd have to heat it up. It would take some time. But I could do it. What do you got for it?
The helmet.
Do you have any... what is it? Influence?
6.
You can roll if you want. Try and get a better deal.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
2.
Okay, so that's 3 dice.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, he'll take the helmet.
Sounds good.
You'll lose it for a day. Because it takes time to fix it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sure we could stay here for a day just soaking stuff up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Actually, you'll have to work for your food if you want to stay here for free, or go out and scavenge. Basically, the valley keeps extending tailward, but you saw there were boundary markers, so like for the safe zone that are patrolled by guards. If you go past them, the places where you can scavenge it, you'll have to basically all the food that's in here is claims. You have to pay for it. Like if you succeeded that, you would have had enough change left over for some food, or you'll have to risk your life in the cannibal territory in order to scavenge food, or you just work. Like you can just physically work for a day in the cricket farming and get some cricket gruel out of it. So, but anyways, that takes you some time to grunt your way through that.
What are you talking about? I'm a poet. Yes, I feel like the exchange of goods and services is indeed a practical thing for the civilization. I'm glad to have taken part in it.
I'm sorry, I stand.
And he grunts.
Yeah, no, he grunts. By the way, he looks exactly like God, I can't remember. Chris Christopherson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The Amon Amarth finally. You eavesdrop on the two.
Yeah.
It seems these are all people who are of this village, but they got into a fight because they were arguing about whether they should go to the sabotage and go fight them. So they were getting a fight over whether they should have a fight. And Amon Amarth is mediating that. The younger guys want to go over there and kick their asses. Apparently, they don't get into why they hate sabotage, but they're not happy with sabotage right now. And the older guys were like, "No, we have to. That you're whatever you're thinking of is dumb. In the grand scheme of things, we need to present a unit. If we can ally with them, then we present a much stronger front against Togar and Chonk. That's the crux of the argument. So,
okay.
If you want to negotiate, I'll give you +1 advantage dice if you can figure out a way to leverage that information when dealing with Amon Amarth. So you could, at this point, they've calmed down enough. You realize she kept them talking long enough that their heart rate went down, the adrenaline wore off, and they're like, I don't feel like fighting anymore. 'Cause the adrenaline's not pumping through my veins.
Right.
So, so they're basically going out, and she sees you and is like, "Oh, hello."
Hi. So we're visitors from, the valley or the city with the granary. Yes.
Oh, I have heard of that place.
Yes.
A place of learning and civilization.
That is correct.
Poetry. I just yell that from where I am.
So we've just been, visiting with Togar and We were just curious about all your little civilizations.
Togar
here.
sent you?
Not specifically here, no.
Oh, yes, of course visitors would have to pay their respects to Togar. He needs his ego fed.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. So I'm just checking the place out, kind of.
Are you a trader? Did you want to trade for cricket food?
No. I'm mostly just a scavenger.
Is the scavenging that bad?
No, it's actually fine. We're just doing a job right now.
What is the job?
Trying to help Togar. There's been some trade in between our two cities.
What did he ask you to do?
Well, my city has asked me to help secure passage back, for the goods from here to go back to the place. But Togar's asked us to do some things. So we're just...
What things?
Right. You know what I love about my boss?
Yeah.
She never reveals anything that needs to be said. She's a great secret. I'm saying this like one of the little kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. It's really. How do you like working here?
Yeah.
The hours suck, but the food's pretty good.
Right.
Eats a cricket.
Good, yeah.
Right. It looks good.
Yeah.
You want one?
Yeah, I'll try one.
Huh?
Just like Mom used to make.
Your mom was a cricket farmer?
No, she just she knew how she was a good cook with insects.
Well, that's just fresh. That's not even.
I know. Well, that was a special treat the kids got.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't. We.
Would you like to hear this poem? Would you like to hear this poem I wrote about insects?
What's a poem?
I will tell you.
Education.
All right, if there was a poetry instinct, your character would be maxing that out, but sadly there's not.
No.
So what did Togar ask you to do?
Well, he asked us actually to try to help take care of some of the cannibal situation.
Oh, of course, his lapdogs, the Chonk.
Are they his?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he favors one tribe at a time, and now they're his favor. They are reciprocating. They think that they can buy his loyalty permanently, but he will turn the sluice on them sooner or later.
Yes,
they will too feel the rain of pain. So. There's so many, these are just song titles for an album. So, the Rain of Pain, the Lake of Pain.
Okay.
No, and then Bug Rule.
Bug Rule, yeah.
Yes.
So that's a band name.
Yes, they have had to minimize. They've had to send a lot of their farmers to guard the borders instead, so they've been short on their food tithing.
I see.
So, but he's just ever so merciful. He won't send his own guards to go deal with the cannibals because that would leave him vulnerable to someone coming up there and throwing him into the Lake of Pain.
That did seem to be.
But it's very Togar for him to send outsiders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's looking like that Pelgrim guy's becoming a goblin or something. Weird.
Terrible. So I was curious.
Oh god, this is how he came about.
Yeah, when we were talking to Togar, you mentioned that you had turned him down for something.
Oh, yes.
No.
Our champion. Let's see here. Give me a name.
Roderick.
No, it's got to be. Here it is. Mank. Our champion Mank got into a fight with Jorba, one of the more heavily muscled sabotage men, and I stopped them from dueling because losing two strong backed men, in a time like this over foolish pride would serve only Togar.
Right.
But Togar had seen the altercation and was eager. He had he wanted them to actually have a formal duel. He said he was going to set up a fighting arena at the top of of his kingdom at the palace. And so, but I told him that Mank would not fight. And so he's trying to stoke fires. I've been trying to intermarry our members between Sabotage and Amon Amarth so that we would be allied, and we could break down our wall and only have one place to fight. And together we would have enough. Our numbers would equal that of Chunk and Togar, and we would be able to be treated as equal. So.
All right.
But he is trying to drive us apart because Mank and Jorba are both very popular with their tribes. Because Mank is our strongest and Jorba is their strongest. Mank can, and Jorba can deadlift a pig over his head, an adult pig.
Wow, that's very impressive. Yeah.
Yes. And Mank, he once crushed a cannibal's head with one hand.
All right. So he really wanted to see this fight. Well, that seems like a logical thing to turn.
It would be to
down.
the death, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I told him no, and I've kept Mank from. I've taken great efforts to keep Mank from doing anything dumb. He does. He never go. I have him work on the farthest edge away from the sabotage territory.
Yes.
And I'm trying to have him marry one of the sabotage women. Who?
Of course.
So I'm trying to mend our ways and trying to advance to better ourselves.
Yeah. Suppose Togar would not be satisfied with a fight between anyone but those two.
I think. Well, he says he just wants to have good entertainment, but he wants to see it and watch us die.
Right.
And especially if either champion fell, they would crush morale of that tribe. If Mank were to fall, I know the men of Amon Amarth would spend a week in mourning, wailing and giving up crickets.
Right.
For a whole week.
Right.
And then, of course, if Sabotage lost Jorba, they would drink water instead of pig's milk. I mean,
yeah, that would be terrible. So this fight seems like a good idea. Really?
What?
I think it does. I think.
No. I mean, the best is that one of them is dead and one of the tribes is weakened, and then we were all at Togar's mercy.
Yeah, but don't you really want to beat those sabotage guys? Like,
I have no room in my heart for pride. There is only the living and the dead.
But you're better at living.
Yeah, I think we should probably go talk to Mank. Yeah.
No, I forbid you from talking from. If you come from Togar, are you come here to suggest a fight? No. I will tell you this: if you're truly outsiders, help us unite the two tribes together, and then we will overthrow Togar, and then we will give you whatever your tribe wanted from us.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
I'm not there. I'm letting you do your thing.
Right? Yeah.
It's your call, yeah.
Yeah.
I even have a plan on how to do that.
Somehow my character is super moral and hates Togar now. So.
Well, I mean, that's the thing of it.
Like, I'm with her.
Yeah. Let's do it. Maybe we come up with a plan.
I have a plan.
If we're helping them execute their plan, then they'll feed us.
There is one way we could do it, and that would be to agree to the terms of the fight, but actually smuggle in mini weapons for the spectators. And then I have found a supply of mushrooms, the glowing blue ones, the ones that give you visions, and our alchemist has prepared them. If you can serve hog's milk with the mushroom powder in it, anyone who drinks it will be useless for the next day, as they have visions and sleep. So you could give that to Togar's men,
yes,
as they watch the fight. So
I love this plan.
You do?
I love this plan. Yes, this is great.
I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Good. Well, you must be very careful if you speak to. Togar has informants and spies all over the place. So
shit, I'm gonna blow it. Okay.
Foreshadowing.
So we just need to go to Sabotage.
So all you need to do first is I will talk to Mank.
Okay.
And tell him, and he will eagerly agree.
Sure.
Because he hates Togar.
Okay.
You need to go to Sabotage.
Yes.
Talk to Jorba.
Okay.
Only Jorba. Jorba is smarter than he looks. He's very strong and he's very smart, but he pretends to be dumb.
Okay.
Because no one would believe a strong man could be smart. And tell him of your plan, and be sure to mention the blue mushroom powder, because that will be enough to convince him.
Okay.
And then if you tell him, and make sure no one else knows, because there are many spies in the sabotage territory.
Okay.
Then we will go to Togar together, and then I will tell you how to put the next step.
Okay.
The next thing. Go to Jorba now.
Yes.
And convince him.
Okay. All right. So let's do that.
You two
We're gonna meet up, and I'm gonna tell him about the plan.
Find a corner to whisper in. You know.
Yes.
So do we have a plan?
Yeah, we totally have a plan.
That's
We're
awesome.
gonna overthrow Torgar.
I'm with you. Let's do it.
Okay. I hate that man. Oh, so we're gonna unite the two.
What an asshole.
Yes.
Hey, wow.
Save
what did
Valgrind.
Togar do to you? I don't know. You could have just gone and killed some cannibals, you know. deadly cannibals.
Instead, we're gonna overthrow a kingdom. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's good. It's all fine.
All
so
right.
we're gonna go talk to Jorba, and I need my smart poetry strongman to help lead the way on this one. I think you're gonna speak his language.
All right. So that ends that scene.
Okay.
You both get 3 for getting a clue. You found a way forward.
Yeah.
3 instinct dice. So, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't really follow any of your instincts.
I'm up to 11.
Actually, no. You were curious. You listened. So
Yeah.
that's another 3 for you.
Okay.
But you weren't violent.
I haven't got a chance to threaten anyone yet.
It's
making me
roleplay.
It's making me crazy.
You're just being in very reasonable murder hobo.
Well, I'm not too interested in money.
Okay.
Just surviving.
Well, money is sort of an abstract concept for wealth.
Yes.
But you are interested in wealth because that's how you're not dead in this setting. But anyways, the wall separating the community is actually not that tall. You can actually hop over it. It is very stout, just to keep the the acid from spilling over. So
Gotcha.
so yeah, it's like it is rather solid. It's mostly made out of stone. They must have scavenged it from whatever the remnants of the fortress. Because you look up, the fortress is on its side, so the stonework must have fallen over and leaving behind the metal sort of framework. Then they turned into stone walls.
Okay.
Well, it took a lot of work to set this place up, so they must have been here for at least a generation. So, anyways, you sabotage. They're pig farmers. There's pigs being herded around, eating refuse and whatnot. There's people bringing slop in from other places. Human waste, all that fun stuff, and they are dicing in little bits of beast meat with that because pigs can kind of like the trick to pig farming is apparently how much beast meat you can put in there. If you put too much in, then the pig meat goes bad, and the pigs go feral, which is real bad.
Right.
But if you don't put any beast meat in there, then you run out of slop too quickly. So you got to dilute it a little bit. It's just that's the secret. So there's great debates among the pig farmers about how much to dilute. And,
Oh wow.
yeah.
They're like, well, I think what should happen
Yeah.
is
1 part in 10. No, 1 part in 20. 1 part in 10 is too much.
belittle and patronize. Of course you don't know.
No, it's not how much you do. It's how you dice it. It's just how you kind of. And so, yeah.
Right.
And it's also if it's dried, if it's jerkied beast meat, it's better than fresh beast meat. No, it's the exact opposite. Anyways,
My friend, it seems we are at an impasse.
Yeah.
And perhaps let us agree to disagree.
so the village setup is kind of similar. They have a tavern, they have a smith, they have a town hall.
Everyone's got a tavern.
The tavern is more of like an open air bodega, like literally benches and stuff set up, where they have hog's milk and stuff like that. They don't really mention much in the way of alcohol, but I imagine they ferment something.
Good luck.
It's kind of a grog kind of thing. You
Yeah.
also have food in it, so you can just drink your dinner.
Right.
And but yeah, there's also little huts and lean-tos and whatnot. So you look around. If you make a beeline for Jorba, you can find him.
Okay.
He is teaching wrestling to the youngers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, he's quite swole. He is mountain-esque.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of protein to feed pig farmers, so he's real big. But yeah, he's a big tattooed guy, and he's wrestling guys, and you can just sit and watch, or you could interject. But there's a lot of people. You want to get them in private, so how are you going to do that? You could wait, I guess, but you can see he does have. It looks like there are two people doting on him. He seems to have a wife and a husband. That's
progressive.
Yeah, sure.
Anyways, they're not too picky. I mean, a lot of social customs get thrown out the window when
you're
in
living
the
on
belly of the
Oster.
beast.
yeah,
Right,
belly
sure.
beast, yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah.
So Jack Chick would be so. See, I was right. Anyways, so yeah, you can wait. Yeah, so you think he's probably not going to be by himself at any given time unless you make him get him alone somehow, because he is super popular and everyone clearly looks up to him. And if you just ask to talk to him privately, that's going to be super suspicious. There's probably at least one or two spies for Togar. Togar's going to want to know why you talk to him privately. So you got to come up with some sort of contrived method. So you could do the wrestling thing and whisper in and have Tarkus whisper a plan to him in between a wrestling match. Or you can come up with another idea. Like as scavengers, you could say, "Hey, want to help scavenge something with us?"
All right. Oh, what if we say that we're going to go out and kill some cannibals, and we heard that he was the best warrior, so we need his help?
You can try that.
All right, you want to do the talking?
Sure.
Okay.
This can't end badly.
All right, I'll say this is a short task,
Okay.
which means one roll and done. And you need 3 successes.
Okay.
And severity 2, which means if you fail, there will be a complication.
Okay. I have no
Obviously,
influence
this
is bad. Oh yeah, our influencers are both at a 6, aren't they? Yeah. Well, this is terrible.
Do you have cunning?
Out of 5, yes. Okay.
I'd allow cunning
Okay.
instead.
Can we both come at it?
You want to make it a long task? Because when one person's speaking, if you want to make it like you thought this ahead and talk about it, then yeah.
Actually, I'll do. My cunning's at 4.
Okay. Yeah. Let you.
Okay.
Wrestler to wrestler.
If you just want to make it a single, the same thing, 3 successes. Severity 2 if you fail.
Okay.
The 5 is the worst severity. 2, 1 is the least. 2 is the.
Okay.
All right, I'll spend 4.
Okay. So you have 5 dice.
Yes. Okay.
Just so the listeners at home.
That the number of the dice is 5.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's 4.
All right, so you realize the best way to approach that to get him to go hunt cannibals with you is not to just say, let's go kill cannibals. It's to, let's go kill cannibals to show... I heard Chunk, it's basically appeal to his pride. Let's go kill cannibals and throw their heads at Chunk to show how shitty they are. And also, I hear they have some really sweet loot, and we could split that.
Right.
And we're really good at killing cannibals because we're from the outside and we're really expert killers of cannibals.
Right.
Cannibal killers, us, really good at it. In other words, so basically, you're saying it'll be an easy job. You're really good at it.
And
you can
Chunk,
rub it.
It'll make Chunk look bad.
Yep.
Yes.
I'll go to his support like, how you doing? Yeah. We just came from Chunk, and they said that. They are the experts on killing cannibals.
Well, I will say also you realize you were seen coming from Amon Amarth. You say Amon Amarth, but
No, we heard.
okay,
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
We heard what Chalk is saying, and we thought it might be. We heard what they were saying. We thought it might be true until we saw you. And see, we were gonna we were actually going to go kill some cannibals, and we're looking for the very best to do it. And we were about to go to Chunk, but I mean, then I laid eyes on you. Look at you.
Okay.
I think. I mean, if you'd like to come along, I know they've got some really kick-ass loot. I've heard rumors that they've stolen a lot of loot, and you know, we could totally. Like, we're thinking, if you want to go help us kill a bunch of cannibals, and then really just rub it into Chunk's face.
Yes, I love the idea.
It's like for daring to have to say
a real fight. I would love it, and also we can, and you can then tell when you go back to your city of the granary, you can tell them how great Jorba and the Sabotage tribe is.
Of course.
But then another man steps forward and he says, this is a trick. They came from Amon Amart. They're just luring you away so they can kill you. You be quiet, Sextus.
No, just like look at him. Seriously, look. You think us could kill that?
There's a dozen of you waiting behind the lines. I know it. I assessed to stake my life on it. You're nothing but a coward anyway, and you don't deserve to be fighting among Jorba's sides. So, so a guy is stepping forward and talking shit about you. So, this would be a time to. Well, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Just like.
As you're standing in the fighting.
Actually, it's not just look at the guy. You're a very annoying, irritating little thing, aren't you?
And what are you going to do about it?
Well, let me tell you what I'm thinking of doing. First I'm thinking of breaking your forearm right about. Actually, then I'm actually going to grab his arm here. Says, I think I might cause the bone to slip through. It's easy to do. Then I was thinking of taking both thumbs and just going right into your own and digging them out, which my mother called the eternal sob. You'll be constantly crying tears of blood and eye juice. And then I was thinking about removing your tongue, so I never have to hear that shrill sound of a voice you have.
All right. You can roll might if you want. In fact,
I shall.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a foe, so go ahead and roll. So foes are treated as tasks. This is difficulty 1, severity 1. If you fail, he's kind of a punk.
All right, do. So I only need one success.
You only need one success.
Yeah, one more.
How many are you rolling? For Mike? Okay.
No, I just know it's going to be. This will be the time. It's all ones. All right. Nope, it's not.
All right. So do you scare him or do you kill him?
I terrify him.
Oh yeah, no. He quivers and cries and wets himself.
And then just go.
He runs through the crowd. Everyone roars with laughter. Jorba slaps you on the back hard enough that even you feel it. You're like, yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
So yeah, you got to indulge in your violence.
Nice.
So you can prepare for your trip, or just head immediately straight to the cannibal pack territory. So.
Let's see. You won't have your dagger back yet.
Can I wait? Can we wait till I can get that back?
You can, if you want to. You know, Togar will hear about this if you do that, though.
Oh, true.
And he'll have time to react.
Yeah.
No, it's time to just...
Yeah.
Punch. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just go. And maybe...
Actually, you rolled so well, Jorba loaned you one of his daggers.
Ah, yes.
As long as you don't lose it. We'll break it. Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, so he's very impressed with you, and they've also heard good things about the city of the granary. They all want to be in the good graces of one of the few preservers of knowledge. So
that's where I learned about poetry.
all right, fair. So you two, the three of you, head out, and this is not the end of the scene because you're still going out. You're immediately going out, so the end of this will be the end of the scene. So, but first you have to figure out what is your approach. Is this entirely a pretext just to get him out of sight and then talk to him, or do you actually want to go out and look for some loot? Because do either of you have greed? Or curiosity?
No,
Well,
I have
curiosity. You kind of
would like some.
Nothing like, no, let's get some loot.
Well,
Yeah.
curiosity would just be actually making some distance and looking around, not necessarily getting anything.
Right.
I mean, loot is loot. Like,
No, I think, like, I'm going to, as we're walking,
Yeah.
as soon as we're out of earshot of everyone else,
Yes.
I think then here's what we're really planning, but if you want to grab some loot, we're still totally cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, so you tell him the plan.
Tell him the plan.
This will be influence. I
Okay.
will say it's a 1 because he already believes that your thing, but you're going to have to do some persuading.
Okay.
So it's 1 success. It's a group task action. You can both roll because you're both working them over. But you need at least 1 success. So
I think we should both do it.
Because we're both at 6. So we
if you
both
don't,
gotta-
if you get 0 successes, there will be a consequence.
Yep.
Of course there will.
It's the nature of the game.
Now let's spend 2. How many do you want to spend?
I think I'm going to spend 3.
All right. So you're rolling 4 and I'm
Yes.
rolling 3.
Yes.
Surely
One of us.
Surely one of us will get a 6. You go first. You got more dice.
You're rolling at the same time.
Oh, I got 1. Yes.
You got 1. Okay.
Yes. Oh, thank God.
All right. So there's no consequence. There's no complication.
All right,
Actually, at this point, let's talking about. So let's talk like 2 civilized guys here.
No. You have the heart of a poet.
Yes.
This is just, so he agrees. He really Togar is an asshole.
Yes.
I wouldn't use the solution. I'd use this. Only use this. So I get to be king though next, right?
That's like, look, we're outsiders. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not the
Well,
ones.
just back me for king when once all the dust settles. I'll give you additional weapons. I mean, I'm not going to be an asshole to them, but we can't have a woman on the throne. I mean, you need a warrior. She's also really old.
Well, we can appreciate that, but I think we can all agree.
But also, if you want some loot, there is one place further down
Yeah.
the valley we could check out.
Okay.
There's probably, I think there's only one cannibal there. Really, I think they keep saying cannibal pack. I think chunks are just idiots. There's really only one cannibal. He's just really sneaky.
Oh, okay.
So if you're really alert, and there's 3 of us, I think he won't be able to. He's not going to fight as fair to fight, but I think he's got some sort of bow or crossbow or something. So if you want to, we can go check it out. I think there's some good stuff in there. There might even be some grain or maybe something. I don't know.
Well, if you want to come with us, it would certainly increase your.
Yeah. Increase the likelihood that we would back you.
And also, make everyone other people.
Yeah, no, I just need people watching my back, and I'm not worried about me. I'll make it back. Don't worry about that. I just don't want to risk any of my other people, getting hurt or injured.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Well,
We'll
it's
go.
not look, I can appreciate we needed a warrior on the throne. I mean, I've seen what
So
happened.
you'll back me, yeah.
But I think you also you need the advice and counsel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she could be an advisor. Yeah.
I think a close one.
Second in command, yeah, sure, that's fine. As long as it's King Jorba, yeah, that's fine. How you doing, Michelle?
Oh, God. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's like for the mission. For the mission.
For the mission. For the mission.
And also, hopefully, we would never have to come back here again.
Yes. Yes.
Plenty of other places to go and ever got.
Yeah. And, how do we know the Jorber's going to survive through the end of this, right?
Yeah, maybe Mank.
Well, actually, even I'm looking at him no, he'll survive.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Well, you haven't met
We haven't
Mank.
seen Mank
Mank
yet.
might be able to take him down.
Right?
Anyways, so you are heading to the cannibal lair.
Yes.
All right. All right, you head down to the cannibal lair. The valley starts descending downward, as though this was a massive gullet sloping downward. It's getting a little springier. The flesh is getting, a little
more porous.
A little more porous. It's making really cool sounds when you step on it too.
Oh yeah,
sort
I
of
dig
squishy.
it.
Yeah,
I dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So
Like, dude, some people might find this a living hell. It's awesome.
character. Okay, all right. So.
I may have eaten some beast meat. Just saying.
Everyone's eating beast meat. You can't not eat beast meat. It's just a question of how much. So you again remember all the food sources are like pretty temporary. There's food scarcity is a big issue. It's a windmill, sort of sticking at a 45-degree angle in the ground, sort of leaning Tower of Pisa. You're not sure how it's still intact, but the windmill is itself intact.
Oh,
and it's still blowing slightly. It's like. You can just hear it slightly.
That's a great sound effect.
Thank you. And there is a tiny light in the top window that suddenly disappears. Turns off. Like,
gone.
gone.
All right.
So, you three sort of hunker down and look at each other. So, the structure's not entirely... There's the main door, which is swinging open. You can also circle around, see if there's another way into the base. Or you could climb up. I mean, it's at an angle. It wouldn't be too hard, especially if you got on the, obviously the lower side would be harder to climb up. But if you got on the top side, it would be pretty easy to scamper up there, get to the top. But it's also a matter if there's...
Please, Ross. Scampering implies a pointless and directionless meandering.
Wow. A pedant poet. So
Yes.
pedantic poet. Well, what do you want to do?
I think I'm going to circle around and see if there's any other way. Yep. Really sneaky like.
I'll
I'll leave that to you. I'll hang back with him.
Right.
Well, you're going to lose sight of each other about 10
true.
feet. It's pretty dim. So if she goes off by herself, you're just...
Well, then report back. Unless
I get killed. Right. Okay, so...
fear.
Yeah.
If you want to do this is going to be a resolve check. But you'll definitely get your curiosity dice for going through that. But
right.
You definitely need to make a... I'll just say it's a 1 die. No, for you it's going to be 2 dice. But you'll get your fear. You need 2 successes on a resolve check to not have a consequence or complication.
Okay.
Actually, a little consequence, but yeah.
you want me to go with you? I'll do it.
No, I'll be all right.
Yeah, pretty sure.
I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna sneak around, and then I'm gonna see if there's anything.
Look, you guys are pro scavengers. I spend most of my time pig farming, so like, when there's a cannibal to kill, I will kill it. But
yeah.
Finding cannibals.
I'll just stealth around. So let me see if I can go stealth around,
Yeah, no,
and
scout.
I'm going to.
It's a good job.
Use 3 to.
You're tiny.
Yeah. Yep.
There's
She's
less
fast.
of you to shoot at.
She's very fast.
Yeah. Also, you're not going to be a prime target for the cannibal.
True.
Look
Okay.
at us. There's all kinds of steaks and chops on us.
Yep.
Right. So
More
let's
on me.
see if I pass my resolve.
Ooh.
Oh Lord, no! I don't think so. These are all bad.
All right.
I have no resolve.
That is all right. That the consequence is you are totes scared. Let's see here. You get to look up the fear rules. What is the? Let's put need some better index. Game mastering 141. Blah, blah, blah. There was a thing that's specific for hunger and fear, and I'm just trying to find it. So I want to get the rules just right. So, I could, do it normally, but I want to get it right. So, here we go. Horror. All right, so you circle around, and you can see there is a crack in the base opposite the door, so you could crawl in through there. It's pretty large, too. But then you see something hanging off the far wall, and it's swinging. And then a moment you realize it's a corpse hanging from a rope. with parts cut out of it, kind of like it's been cleaned and prepared for food, you know. And you are paralyzed with fear. So you're just kind of like, what am I doing? Where you just get a sort of sense of vertigo, and you kind of start crawling away from it, and the slope downward is getting more pronounced. So I'll give you a choice. You can either you can just lose a piece of equipment and catch yourself, or you can make a coordination check to catch yourself with all your shit. But if you fail that check, then the consequence is you'll start sliding down the gullet.
All right, I'm gonna try the coordination. Is that capable? So I can maybe do that.
I'm gonna say you just need one.
Okay.
What was your talent again, by the way?
Soft-footed.
Oh yeah, that's for sneaking up on people.
Yeah, no, that's not helpful here.
Well, it would if you actually managed to sneak towards the tower.
Right, but nope.
No.
Nope.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to use 2.
You just need 1 success.
Yeah. 4.
Okay, you get 1.
I got 1.
All right, so you catch yourself.
Yes.
So meanwhile, you enjoy. So this is taking you a while too, because
right,
real scary.
Yeah.
So you and Jorba are just sitting there for a while.
Yeah.
Good. How you doing?
Good. Is she your partner, or is she your
My business partner.
business partner?
She's really good at business.
She's not like a maid or anything.
No.
Okay. Not a slave.
No.
Okay. You're both free.
Yep.
Oh. Do you have butt ties to that tribe?
They brought me in.
They brought you in. Oh, okay. Huh.
Well, they need me because I'm really good at killing.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
They needed people who had that. They had all the other skills covered.
Is that pig bone or human bone or both? Your armor.
Oh, this. It's an amalgamation.
It's both.
And a little bit of beast armor, beast bone.
Oh, you chipped off beast bone for that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to do that when I was a kid.
Wow, you must have lived really close to a rib.
The area I lived in, let me tell you.
Was it right or left?
Left.
Left? I always heard left was better than right.
Not the area I grew up in.
I mean, you know how right rib people are.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I don't want to stereotype, but,
It's not a stereotype if it's true.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've just been living here in the center for the most part. I don't deal with many people from either rib. We live in. We don't live. It's not rib over.
You can't help where you're born.
Yeah.
But you can help who you associate with.
She's been gone a long time. Is she dead?
I hope not.
Oh. How would we know?
I'd say if we wait here too long. I mean, she'll be back.
It's been kind of long.
But we'll give her a few more minutes.
We don't. All right.
I'll tell you what. Let's give her 10 more minutes. And if we don't hear anything...
How do you tell what a minute is? I mean, I can tell usually in here, because that's like... I can look at the pigs and see what they're eating, if I can tell by how much slop they eat, like how much time has gone by. But how do you tell time? I use pig slop.
I read poetry in my head.
You read poetry in your head?
I know there are certain poems that take an exact amount of time.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you like to swing on a star? Carry me.
Yeah, can you read a poem for me?
Yeah.
All right, read the 10-minute one.
All right, actually, I know one. It's 10 minutes if I sing it.
If you sing, all right, well, you got to be quiet,
Oh, sure. All right, here we go. Let's keep it quiet.
All right. What's the topic of this 10-minute song?
It's about a young man who someone from a rival tribe kills his family, and he spends 10 years seeking vengeance and finally killing not just the person, but everyone, all of his friends, his family, anyone he talked to, his business associates, and finally making him kill himself as to not be killed. But then the same guy then kills himself so he can haunt him later.
Okay. Wow. All right. So
it's like I sing it to a jaunty tune,
like a shanty.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So all right. That's what you're doing. Next edition, please add a poetry instinct. Yeah. So, meanwhile, Hymna, you recovered.
Okay, good.
You've gotten over your fear. You watched the tower or the windmill the entire time. Cannibal's not coming out to get you. He clearly isn't aware of you.
Okay.
Because you were dead silent when all this happened. Sure. So you can you have another approach, which is getting through the base of the tower through the big hole in the back, near where the body is swinging. So that you can go back, circle around to the front door, which is ajar, or you can climb up the easy side or hang off the bottom of it and climb up that way. I mean, either way, you'll need a stealth check to get close. Because you do, actually, your time notice, you do see a bunch of bone fragments and shit that are scattered about. If you get too close to it, that would be real easy to step on and make noise.
Right.
So it's like he left a bunch of twigs. I mean, instead of twigs, they're, femurs and stuff.
Right. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to climb, up the tower. Climb up the easy side, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So this is a long task, because it's going to be... actually, I'll combine it into two. It'll just be one, but it'll be more successes. So I'll say you need 2 successes to get to the top of the tower.
Okay.
To get to the window and peek in without being detected. And you can use your soft-footed for the talent for this.
Okay, so that adds a dice. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so stealth and soft-footed, and I'll just use one more. I'll use one curiosity here.
Okay.
Get this. Surely one of these will be above a 3. 2 of these. Oh, 2 of these, right?
But yeah, severity 3 if you fail though.
Okay.
Because you'll alert the cannibal.
I think this is an absolute. Oh God, no, it's not.
Didn't you say yours was a 3?
It's a 3. I have 1. I thought you said I needed 2.
Oh, you do need 2. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a consequence.
Okay.
It was one and done. It was a short task, as I said. Cannibal gets alerted. You get about. You're not in open ground. You're on the tower. But a window sort of swings open, and you see a crazed cannibal with a crossbow pointed at you. So what are you going to do? He is going to try and shoot you. So that would be coordination to dodge.
Okay.
I would say scale 1 or difficulty 1, severity 4 if you fail though, because it's a crossbow bolt. It's fucking nasty. Actually, yeah. So,
yeah. Let's see. My coordination's at 4.
Actually, the way it works is your consequence is just going to be how many successes you don't get. So it's going to be 2, difficulty 2. But if you get 1 success, that'll reduce damage by 1.
Okay. All right. So she use 3. Yeah.
Of course, you can yell and get Jorah and Targus.
Yeah, so I'm going to yell, get their attention, tell them to start hauling ass over here.
Yeah.
And while they're coming over, I'm going to try to dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge real good.
Actually, you could use awareness either, if that's better.
Nope, coordination's better. And I dodged. I got 2. Better than 4.
Fully dodged the crossbow.
God. Yep.
And he pops back in.
All right.
So he's somewhere in the tower. So what do? Are you going to yell out to them?
Yeah, yell out to them so that they can go in the front door.
All right. So at what point you're not done yet? So at what point in the song are you at?
It's when the guy's favorite second cousin is boiled alive in a pit of very strong stomach acid.
Okay.
Feet first.
All right, so Joe's like, this is just a waste of resources. I mean, I understand the impetus, but just you just bash his head in.
I think it's all about the passion, really.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So that is for you is going to be coordination to run adeptly across the field to get there quickly.
Do I need more than
difficulty
1? I'm just going to try because I've only got 2 instinct left.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
So
just 1?
5 or 6.
Yeah. that.
Yes.
All right, you get there pretty quickly. You're really motivated. In fact, you're front of...
Actually, I just recited good poetry. Of course I'm motivated.
Oh, yeah. I'll fucking give you an advantage die on your next roll. You're so motivated. So you... are you going to the front door or are you going to climb up? You just sort of come in from the back. You don't know exactly where.
Front door.
All right.
I'm pretty direct.
All right, kick in the front door. It's a dark. You see there are dried meat racks there, sort of hanging up. Everything's, again, at an angle because, weaning. There is sort of a second floor, but there's no way to get up there without jumping. Actually, you can kind of see that there's a rope there. Jorba's actually, setting up to grabbing a box to set up, so he will eventually be able to get up there, but you could try and get up there first. You can be awareness check trying to figure where the cannibal is, or you could just jump up.
I don't know where he is.
Okay. Well, you also have an advantage die for that if you want to use that for your awareness.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to find him.
Yeah.
Still don't know.
Okay. All right.
It's fine.
All right, so you hear something coming up there. Jorba's going to get up there slow. Actually, no, Jorba can just lift you up.
Okay.
So he's just going to lift you up to the second floor.
Then can I help him up?
If that's what you want your action to be, you'll be exposed to attack.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
All right, so that's your action. You get up to the second floor. So you're on the outside. You don't know what floor you would be at because, you don't have X-ray vision. The guy popped back in the window. There's two levels of windows. The top one, the one in the middle, and then there's the ground floor. So he popped up from the middle window in the back. There's probably one up front. You'd have to hang off the side to climb in through that side because it's on the bottom. Gravity's against you on that way.
Okay.
So do you want to just get up and run to the top window, or follow in right after him and get to where he popped out from? I don't know. What do you want to do?
I think I'm going to go in through the top window. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to be sneaky, or are you going to run? Or are you going to walk? Walk, you don't need to make a roll, but...
Yeah, let's just walk there.
You just get up and walk.
Just going to get up and walk.
All right.
Get over there and...
do you have the crowbar, right?
Yeah, I have a crowbar.
All right, so I assume you get that out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. Let's bash some heads in.
If you're cool, bring this side. Hey-o! So... You get you're there. You don't have to make a roll, but that's your action.
Okay.
So, Tarkus, you're on the second floor. It's dim. There's some stuff. You can't really tell what it is, but there is a ladder leading up to another floor.
Is he on this floor?
You don't immediately see him, but he could be hiding behind some of the stuff. So, do you want to make it sit and look and watch, and try and figure out where he is? Because that would be your full action to just focus on figuring out where he is. Or do you want to move up? If you move and he's not on this floor, you're fine. If you move and he's on this floor, he'll ambush you.
And if I look around and he's on...
You'll see him and you'll be able to react wherever he is.
I'll look.
All right, that's awareness. Difficult, just one.
Well, just need a 4. Hey-o!
All right. He is above you. He is one floor above you. You can kind of see him. He is like, you hear a kink sound. And what are you doing? There's wooden floors between levels.
Mm-hmm. This one's like, he's on 3! To everyone.
All right, he just looked. He starts running upward.
Moving up!
All right, George. All right, then grab me.
Here we go.
All right, so that's your next.
There you go.
All right, so you hear he's on 3.
He's on 3, moving up.
Shit. Okay, and I'm above him. So.
You were walking.
I'm on. Oh, that's right.
So you would guess you're not quite at the top window.
Okay.
So you don't know exactly if that's the third floor or the fourth floor.
Okay.
You don't know how many floors are inside this thing.
Right. True.
So you heard that. The window's going to take you another round to get to without making a skill check.
Okay.
If you want to make a coordination check, you could run up, dive in, and do a cool action. But if you fail...
This is going to be real bad.
Probably. Well, the ground is soft. It's nice and squishy.
Yeah, all right. Let's do like a cool somersault dive into this thing.
All right, coordination, just difficulty 1.
Okay. Just gonna use 1 extra.
Okay.
Just in case. My coordination's at a 4, so surely one of these can be above. And one of them is. Okay.
All right, you dive in through there.
Cool.
Just as he gets to the top floor. He was on 3 and heading to 4. So, and he sees you. And he has his crossbow loaded again. So, but you're in melee range.
Right.
So you could try and hit him, or hit the crossbow, which is, of course, valuable loot. Or you could... I'll give you initiative, because you did a cool roll.
Yeah, okay.
So you want to
I'm going to hit him.
All right.
Okay. Oh, what's that going to be? Might, probably? Yeah.
Yeah. Melee is definitely might.
Yeah.
Unless you throw your crowbar, then I'll let you use coordination. And I'll give you +1 advantage. Actually, you have equipment, so that's definitely +1 die from that.
Okay.
Either way. But if you throw it and you miss entirely, then you lose your crowbar because it flies out the window.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to try to uppercut him. So let's just might.
Crowbar him.
Well, crowbar him. Yeah.
So that's 2 dice regardless.
Okay.
With might.
Yeah, I'm going to use 1 more. I
Okay.
really got to get this thing.
You gotta get it.
What's your might at?
Mine is 5. So
It's
I
not.
mean,
It's not six.
It's not
It's
out
not
of the,
6.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
right?
Another realm of possibility.
Oh, I made it.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
thank goodness.
Yeah, you brain him. The crossbow falls to the ground, still loaded, and he staggers back. He is quite stunned.
Quite frankly, he's stunned.
Quite frankly, he's stunned. So you get Jorba up. If you want to, you hear some sort of fight going on at the top.
We're coming!
Do you want to make coordination or might to get to the top?
Might, thank
Okay.
you.
Might, you will be damaging shit, though, because you are hulking your way through the wooden stuff.
Alright, fine. Coordination. Leave it intact.
Consequences, yeah. Some approaches are better than others.
Hey, there's a 6.
All right. You nimbly ninja your way.
Go.
Easily beating Jorba, who skip-legged it.
Ow. That hurt.
Yeah.
Sorry about that,
You
folks.
land your foot on something.
I just go, ow.
You're just role playing really well. So
I am toast. I'm a role player, damn
you
it.
are a role player. So it's combat with you 3. However, I will say he has first strike because he backs up to the corner ladder when Tarka sticks his head out. And he's like, and just tries to kick your head in, So this will be a block or a coordination check. Might or coordination to block a 1 dice attack.
I will block.
All right.
With might.
Yeah?
Mightily.
Yeah.
I'm down to 1. Yes, I make it.
All right. You block it.
It's like,
you know.
no!
All right, so you can act next. What do you want to do?
Like, I want to take that leg he just used to attack me, and I'm going to hurt that leg.
Okay.
My last one.
That is also that. And this is also brawling, so you get your +1 talent die.
Ah, yes, that's 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Calm down.
1.
All right, that's enough.
Yes.
He falls to the ground.
Actually, just grab his foot and
Yeah, no, he's out. He's writhing in pain, and you can finish him off with a crowbar.
Yes.
All right, you just hit him again with a crowbar, and he stops moving. So you don't know if he's unconscious or dead, but Jorba makes it up.
It's like, Jorba, he could still be alive. We didn't bother to check. If you want to kill him,
Yeah, he's a cannibal.
like, you want to kill him, or do you want us to?
I'll kill him.
All right.
All right, go right ahead.
Yeah, all right. He steps on his throat.
Like,
Okay.
oh, is it very nice? Good form, good form.
Well, I mean, he's a cannibal. Those are probably some of my, tribesmen put down there.
Like,
So.
and just like the threads of fate have trodden upon us before, so have we trodden upon the life force of this cannibal.
Oh, man. You are a poet. This ends the scene. You both get 3 instinct dice for the advancing the plot, getting
Okay.
figuring out what
I
to do.
certainly threatened violence and did violence.
Yeah, so that'd be 6 dice for you.
And we totally
Oh God, I
Was loyal to her.
feared the crap.
How are you loyal to her?
Totally went along with the plan, just like, wait, and then
Come save my life.
they come save her life.
I'll give you the 2 for violence. I don't really the loyalty. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just being a team member isn't enough.
Well, Andrew Jackson says.
Well, that's 9 dice. So
yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah. For you, got 3 for base.
Yep.
What else you got? 3 for fear. I'll give you.
Fear,
Yeah, because you got totes scared. So that's
Totes.
6.
Yep.
Anything else?
Guy went up the side of the windmill instead of going back to get them.
Oh
I
yeah.
was curious.
There you go. Yeah.
Sure.
So that gives you another 3.
Yep.
Anything else?
Probably not.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Not yet.
No.
But you both search things.
All right.
You both search the place, and I will give you. Both of you can roll 2d6. Treat 1 die as the 10s and 1 as the 6, as the 1's place. So instead of rolling percentile, you're rolling up to a 66.
All right, so
Gotcha.
I'll do it 10s, 46.
Oh, 63.
46. You find a ring of various keys. What'd you get?
63.
63. You can write that down. This is
Yeah.
You get a palm-sized cube of metal that weighs 50 pounds. So,
Shit.
yeah, it's very dense metal.
Okay.
So you can have Jorba carry that back and trade that.
Hey, Jorba, you were right. Some good stuff here.
Yeah.
So yeah, you.
Oh, hey, you want to take the cannibal's head back?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was obviously the cannibal chieftain.
Yeah. So you come back.
Okay.
This whole thing took maybe an hour. So
Cool. Yeah. That's good.
Jorba is, throws the head, shows the head to everybody. Look, we killed a cannibal.
Yes.
They even helped. He claimed the crossbow, by the way.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And 4 whole arrows. So, so he, throws the head at the Chonk tribe. Look at how scared you are. So you can't even deal with that. So then the entire tribe, of course, is quite happy. And Jorva says, I will challenge Mank to a fight. And you wink and a nod at Amon Amarth, who's like, very subtly.
Yes.
Because of spies, So
Pretty much just like,
Yeah.
something like that.
So word spreads, and there's no day or night. So people are like, Togar, of course, totally ready to throw down. And watch people throw down anytime. It's
Right.
day or night or
It's like,
whatever. It's
my life is nothing but an endless series of pleasures and distractions.
So you can do one thing to prepare, or do something. So if you want to barter for your things that you found, you could, or you could do something to try and get an advantage for the poisoning, because that's what Amon Amarth wants you to do. Poison Togar's men with the blue mushroom.
I'm willing to give everything I got from this loot to go to that.
How?
Oh, yeah.
How are you converting? Because again, barter economy.
I'm thinking are there any expert alchemists around?
There are.
Maybe go with them okay, here's what we need.
Well, you already have the blue mat. You do have the plot. You do have the powder. You can get that for free. So you could.
So we just have to find
so
a
if
way
you
to
want
use it.
if you want an alchemist to help you somehow.
No, or someone pay someone that could actually get it where it needs to go.
Right.
Who would that be?
I don't know. Let's find someone who
Like the concession stand guy at the fighting arena.
or Balgrin if he has access to
yes.
it.
All right, you want to go
That's
find
what I was
Balgrin.
Well, would Balgrin be able to do that?
That would be cunning to figure that out.
No.
Cunning? Don't you have cunning?
I do a little bit.
Yeah, mine's a 5, yeah.
Yeah, I just gave you a bunch of instinct dice.
That's true.
I just like doing that.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yes, 2.
All right,
Okay.
yeah. With that, Yeah, you realize you could use the wealth in two ways that you can think of because you got 2 successes. One is to either bribe. One is to bribe Balgrin to distract the guards. To say, he's so impotent, you could give him some fermented milk and tell him to go nuts, and then he can make an ass of himself in front of the guards. And that gives you an opening to plant the powder.
Okay.
That's sneaky. That's you.
That's one way. So the other way you could do that is, let's see here. As I remember, bribing as a distraction, you could bribe to get access to it yourself, like before it gets up there. So you could bribe one of the caravan drivers who'd like to take a whole thing of fermented hog's milk up there to do that. So you could go there and try and talk to them. Of course, the risk for that is, one, there's no real, dark and shadowy place to do that. So one of his spies might see you talking to the hog's milk driver.
And part of me really wants to give Balgrin
the advantage of doing it the advantage of doing that is if you manage to do it successfully, it's done. Like, you don't have to do anything else, and you're not anywhere near.
Are you prepared? Are you ready to do this?
Let's do the sneaky one. Yes.
Yeah,
well, both are sneaky. It's just
the Balgrin one.
I think that the question was, when do you want to get access to the?
Yeah, I think we should save it for the last minute, because what if they decide not to use that one, or what if something happens and they see
and also pardon me, like the poet in me really wants to give Balgrin a shot at this. All
right, that's fair. So
I'm a poet. I write.
Really
poetry.
Jumped in on that. I like that.
It just came to me. It came to me in a fever dream.
Like you do. So you head up to the palace.
Yes.
And there are a lot of people milling about, waiting for Mank and Jorba to have their fight.
Yes.
You hope, as a warrior, in your cunning plans, that they're just gonna try and WWE it and make it a long and ridiculous fight and pull their punches, and stuff like that. And
give a lot of WWE speeches like, "You do not know."
Oh yeah, they got to do that. They really got to make this theatrical.
I will help them. I will help them with that part.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, what do you guys want to do? So you find Balgrin easily, and no one gives a shit about him, so you can talk to him privately.
The sneaky thing is
Yeah. So let's talk to him, and then you can go coach the wrestlers on how to fake fight.
So you find Balgrin. Now you could if you make a more difficult influence check, you could just persuade him to do it without anything. It would be an easier check if you bribe him with something.
Yeah, let's bribe him.
What do you want to bribe him with?
Some of the stuff we found.
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah, I'm willing to donate mine.
A ring of keys. That's actually useful because anything metal can be traded to a smith for other metal things. The problem is that it's 50 pounds.
Right.
It's a dense thing.
Yes.
If you make a 1 influence check, you could, or a cunning check, you could trade it before you go up, haul it up
for something a little more portable.
Yeah, and something that Balgrin might like.
What do you think Balgrin might like?
You could go to an alchemist and get him some salve, something for his skin,
and maybe some hair growth.
Yes,
that's
salve.
Yeah.
Get
hair growth.
Okay,
even if he grows hair, it's just gonna go away again. Like, that's even crueler. Like,
Okay, now get him some first class, luxury salve.
That sounds good.
All right, so that's
we'll trade that.
Influence or cunning to
be able to trade that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'd allow lore because it's an alchemist.
Okay.
What do you want to use?
Let's use lore.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can persuade him that, tell him that that's a really cool thing.
Well, you also help him, like, Joe, just give me the ingredients, I'll do it myself,
Right. I know how to do this, sure. Yeah.
All right,
okay.
Difficulty 1?
Okay.
You got this.
Yeah, let's...
You get 1, but you don't get any advantage dice for the equipment because it's going to take some time for the alchemist to liquidate that.
Right. I'm gonna use 2s.
Okay.
You got this.
Oh, it's a good thing I did, because, only got 1. Okay.
That's enough?
That's enough.
So you get the salve.
Yes.
So that'll give you a +2 advantage dice for bribing Balgrin.
Okay.
Like,
Yes.
Let's go to Belgium.
Oh, rubs it on my skin as it does. Yes. Ah, good skin. Feels so good. Touch it. Touch this skin.
No. So yeah.
So you're going up there and talk to him.
Yes. So we're gonna go talk to him.
He's looking rather. He smells fresh.
He smells very alkaline.
Alkaline.
Yes.
He is just. He was recently dunked.
Oh, poor Balgren.
Yeah, he didn't remember.
Hey.
He didn't, yeah.
So we should talk.
Yes.
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 So you don't like getting dunked in the acid, do you?
No.
I mean,
They
oh
keep
boy.
spreading these hateful rumors that I like it. I don't like it.
Oh no.
But I'm just not very good at anything. And I don't want to starve to death.
Of course not. Of course you wouldn't. How do you feel about Togar?
I don't like him.
Oh. So would you like to do something that makes him hurt?
Yes.
We've been waiting for that.
Wait. It's very dangerous. I'm not doing anything on... I can't. I don't... I would get I would be dunked and then I wouldn't be...
No one would ever know you were involved. All you have to do is provide a distraction.
But then people would know I'm involved because they'd be looking at me. It'd be very distracting.
But they wouldn't know
What you're distracted.
what you're distracting from.
Well, I don't know. My skin hurts so much, and the only thing I can really do is, 2 years. The reason the whole rumors got started is because 2 years ago I got drunk and I went for a swim myself, and that was a mistake. But
I think it was like give him a taste. It's like,
So here's something we have for you if you would provide this distraction. And it's this lovely salve.
You would give that to Valgren?
Yes.
not just that.
Oh,
If-
can I touch?
Try a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yes, he's just weeping.
And you can have the whole jar.
Yes, feel how soft
Oh,
it is.
that's great.
No, but he grabs your hand.
Oh,
Unless you pull away.
soft. No, it's great.
All right. It is quite soft, actually. It's really good.
It's
stuff.
baby soft.
It's baby soft.
Okay.
Also, Balgren hasn't done much physical labor. He's,
Yeah.
I mean, his job is being...
He's an advisor and communicator.
He's a jester.
Yes.
Only what is funny in this world is being dunked in acid.
Sure. Sounds about right.
It's weak acid. Anyway, so...
All right. Well, I'll give you the star
give me,
staff.
no, this is still going to be a roll.
Yeah, if you'll do the thing.
Influence, difficulty 1.
Okay.
Then how about the and
you get
also
two-
remember,
yeah, you
also,
get
two
he also-
bonus.
he also
Yeah.
gets the keys.
That's thrown in.
Yeah. So you can have the other.
But that's not, that's probably like a couple days worth of food.
Right.
In terms of trade.
I'm gonna add one more just in case.
What's your total?
I need a 6. Because I have 2 bonus dice, and then I'm adding one more. No, I didn't get it.
All right. So, I was like, but no, I can't. They wouldn't believe it. I haven't had any fermented hog's milk since then. I swore it off because I didn't want to, because it burned so everywhere. It got in everywhere. So I would need something more in order to be a distraction. Well, what if one of you would swim with me? Then it would be very distracting.
Like, well, I'm not there. I'm
Oh,
going.
yeah.
So I would need one of you or someone to swim with me.
Yeah, I promise one of us will swim with you. I'm a terrible person.
Yes. Make it a
Trading away.
bet. That's in a bet. See who can swim the longest, and that. Yeah.
Yes.
And then the ring of keys can be the prize for the bet.
Yes.
And they would believe I'm foolish enough to agree to such a thing. And the other person they wouldn't even have to go in that long. They could jump out first and just make the whole
lost,
point.
right, yeah.
But they would have to jump in. And
Okay.
also, I'd recommend taking all your clothes off before you jump in because, well, it should be obvious.
Sure.
I mean, that's why I wear this robe, partially, because they can just pull it off me, and I'm, well, did you stay around for the dunking? I don't.
Yeah, no, I left. No,
Nothing under here.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Utterly nothing.
Sure. Yes. Okay. So one of us will jump in with you and we'll have a bet. And while that is happening to distract the guards, then the other of us will sneak in.
I don't want to know.
What?
I don't want to know what you do.
Okay, yes. We will do our thing. You will just be the distraction.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, we will do that.
Okay. So.
You tell me.
Yeah?
It's like, you want me to do this?
Yes. Yes, I really...
All right, I'll do it. For you.
That's going to get loyalty points back.
That's true. That is definitely
It's totally getting loyalty points back. Okay.
This is going to be a long action. The con.
Yes.
Because you will have to do multiple things. I will say it's difficulty 4. So you need 4 successes total.
Okay.
Actually, no. This is going to be difficult. This is going to be 6 because this is the big thing. So you need 3 per player, and I will allow different things. So one of you could, at the beginning, probably needs to roll. I mean, stealth, influence. For you, resolve to show how stoic you are. Through it to see how long you can stand the pain. Because I know your Billy is born, so you'll definitely get a. Actually, yeah, your Billy is born, so you can withstand it long. So it's actually not resolve for you. It's actually going to be influence or might to really sell it to the crowd.
Oh, it's going to be might. I'm getting loosen up.
Oh no! With might, that means you need to throw Balgren. You need to throw him far if you do the bet, and then jump in after him and make it a swimming contest. How fast can he swim back to shore?
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome. Okay,
Or,
that's going to be that will get.
Might, is it might or resolve?
You get to choose. It's might or influence. Influence, you just make the bet and make it really theatrical. But might, you throw his ass out there and then you swim after him. So, yeah. Yeah. What will Tarkus do? You can come up with another approach if you want. But that's the easiest way I can see of doing it. Because remember, the idea is to keep all of them riveted on you. They're all eyes riveted. They cannot turn away from this performance. And if you chuck Balgren's pretty far out in the lake, and then you swim after him, everyone's gonna be like, "Can you believe this shit?" That's
yeah.
If you can come up with another approach, I'm fine with it. But
So I'm gonna go to you're prepared to do what it takes, aren't you?
yes, we had the nice little swim, and then you laugh at me, and
it's gonna be a real swim. You
what?
Understand?
What?
Well, you leave it to me. It's and I want but whatever happens, I want you to think of one thing.
What?
I want you to think the king's name again.
Togar.
Think of Togar. What? Think of him in pain.
Okay.
Him in pain you could never imagine.
All right.
I'm actually I want you to imagine the 1,000 hells that you've imagined him to be in all this time.
All right. You get +1 to your might check because you're +1 advantage die because you really sell that.
Yes.
So you roll stealth and you roll might.
Yes.
And if you don't get to 6 in the first roll, there will be a complication, which is not a consequence. It's just the stakes get higher.
Gotcha.
And I will describe that if you get to that.
Okay, so here it goes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I got 3.
Oh yeah, you're sure for it.
1, 2, 3.
That's it.
4.
All right.
Yes.
All right, it's a task action. You succeed on your first try, so good job.
Nice.
So yeah, you throw his ass out there. His naked ass, by the way.
Yes.
You can't throw the rope in there.
No.
I assume you're naked too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did that point just proudly so at this point.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
At this point, it says we will now see what we want. It says you were chosen by the acid. I was born into it, shaped by it.
All right. So doing your best Bane impression.
Yes.
And by the way, the people of the Beast, they're not modest. I mean, they're very free.
Flesh is very everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Clothing is not worn to hide their shame. It's because you want to expose as little of your flesh to the acidic environment as possible.
Right.
So
basically, then scream as I throw him in, and then scream as I jump in.
oh yeah, no. Some people get splashed. It's very Gallagher. They're like screaming in pain too. But it causes other people to just laugh.
Yes.
You see the fermented drink
Okay.
that's been presented to the guards and is in a bronze, and actually bone, that's been like skulls that have been sealed up.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And you just sprinkle a little blue powder and
Yep.
stir them all up. And so it's good to go.
Nice.
So yeah, the guards. It's like an amusing. It's a great pre-show for the.
As soon as I grab him, it's like, you don't have my permission to die.
He's just flopping around like a dead fish. He a fish out of water. So yeah, it's a great pre-show. Everyone's really raring to go. Some people took bets. Balgrin is given. I assume you give him the keys anyway.
Oh yeah. He totally.
He's just delirious in pain.
He's got that salve though.
He's got that salve. He's got that salve. So
he's got that salve.
The main fight begins. Mank and versus the Jorba. The serving boy is a ring person,
He's the hype man.
He's a hype man. No more like with the card.
Round one.
Is there a hype man?
That's Togar.
Oh, yeah, I think it's like, welcome to the greatest show inside.
Yes. Welcome. Everyone, he gives a little speech. It's very poetic.
Belittle and patronise.
There's another slave that the speech is being inscribed onto.
Right.
And the fight is very theatrical. Mank and Jorba play it. They bloody themselves, but they're you can tell skilled scavengers with these superficial injuries.
Good showmanship.
Yes.
They are not doing. It looks like they're doing a lot of damage to each other, but they're not.
Right.
And they're really selling their bang. It is very WWE. So it proceeds for maybe 10, 20 minutes, and Togar's really into it. That's you notice all the guards are nodding off.
Yes.
And so Amon, Amon Amarth's people and Savatage's people are all sort of circulating. There's one of them behind each of the guards. At this point, Amon Amarth stands up and. Savatage, the headsman of the other tribe, who is also pretty old. Actually, he's not that old, but
39.
He's only got one arm, so he's
that's a problem.
Well, I mean, it's amazing that he's managed to live to adulthood with
right.
Or maybe it happened recently. You don't know.
Yeah, all right.
So it's always a sign of somebody, especially if you can get that kind of respect and stature with a disability. So it's a very quick it's a very quick coup. Like they just grab everybody and they say, take as many as slaves as you can. Don't kill them unless you have to. So the guards all get tied up. Togar, of course. Treachery! Save me, Balgrin! He's like, no! Why would you think that? Yeah, no. So, Togar's running. Mink and Jorba's like, hand me my crossbow! My new one! Everyone's like, don't worry, I totally got this! But it misses, though. So, but people are like, Jordan's like, whatever. He's by himself. He doesn't have his power anymore. We've seized it.
Right.
And so, a lot of things are happening very quickly. So, at this point, what do you want to do? Do you want to try and, tell Amon Amarth, hey, get some of your people together. We need to, you hold up to your end of the bargain. We need to get the fuck out of here. Or do you want to try and seize more power for yourself? Or
no,
what do you want to do?
Contract.
Yeah, let's get out.
Politics is for politicians.
Okay.
Yes.
So who are you talking to first?
Well, we should probably grab some of those weapons and bring them back.
Well, the shipment's ready.
Well, I mean,
who should we?
Yeah.
Monomon.
Yeah, that was the person
Yeah.
you had the biggest deal with.
Yeah, let's go to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, we're going to see if we can bring Balgrin with us.
Well, that would be an extra, ask because they're not necessarily opposed to this form of entertainment. So,
True.
So, it's difficulty one to just ask for her to send you on your way with the goods and the caravan,
Right.
because they'll send guards from both tribes with you,
So,
because they want to trade with
So
them.
what would it be to bring Balgrin to?
An extra difficulty.
Do that?
Difficulty two.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's
Okay, what
ask.
would
Let's
it
get
be?
him. Let's bring him.
Definitely influence.
The two of us together?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
both roll.
Okay, I will spend 3.
I will spend 2.
Alright.
If you fail, there will be a consequence.
Alright.
I'll kill Balgrin. No.
No. But I'm not going to say.
1.
I did not.
I got 1.
All right.
Okay.
So one, it's a long task. So I said there's a complication. Well, we'll go hunt down Togar and we'll agree to it.
Yeah. Go get him.
We'll organize the caravan while you're gone, but go hunt him down before he does any damage.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't like the guy. He's an ass.
All right. So that's a complication. So
Okay.
so you head down.
Okay.
He head down into the wheelhouse.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, as you catch up with him, you can see he is frantically working on the sluice gate. He's like, those fools! I'll show them what they'll do if they. So yeah, he's trying to open. Yeah, he's releasing the acid dam.
Can we throw him in the acid?
That would be a thing you could try.
Oh, let's throw him in the acid.
Are you going to do it together?
Yes. Yes, we are.
All right, so you can both bum rush him. This is definitely might or coordination. I'll say that to do that without any consequences, or are you going to willing to take some splash yourself?
I'll take some little splash.
All right, so that's difficulty 2. Might or coordination.
Alright, spending the last of it.
Yeah. Me too.
1. You got this. Just need 1 more.
Ah! That's it. Yep.
2.
All right.
Got it.
Yes.
All right, so you both take some splash. You take an injury 1 to the chest, which will be probably anything related to pretty much everything.
Would my armor take it?
Oh yeah, you have armor, so yeah, your
Yeah,
armor
yeah.
absorbs it.
Nice.
So yeah, your bone soaks it.
It smells of burnt bone.
Yeah, but nothing. But yeah, it gets on your flesh, so
Okay.
it does not feel good.
No.
At all. But yeah, you throw him in there and keep him from flooding the valley
Yes.
with stomach acid, and you see him drown in it. Like it's not going to be enough to melt him. He's going to drown.
Yes.
He does wear metal armor, so he is.
He sinks.
He just sinks.
Yes.
Eventually, they'll be able to dig in.
Hey, we'll walk back up.
Yeah.
I'm just like, he's dead. He's currently sunk to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
Woo,
Fuck that guy.
It's like,
Yeah.
actually, and if you ever want to drag him out and do anything else horrible to him, you can probably fish him out.
Oh well, wait. He wore metal armor.
Yeah.
Why'd you throw him in the lake? God.
It's like, it was a poetic death.
Poets, you foolishness. Your foolishness.
Yes.
But I can't.
It was a foolish man that built his house upon the acid.
No, this is a great idea. It's just it's selfish. We should
Yes.
share. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
you guys be
we'll
nice
just
and share
put
with
it on
each other.
Chonk the entire time, and make them our slaves. See, it'll be great.
Like, well,
Yeah.
I gotta say, like,
No.
no, I'm just looking like, well, that's politics.
All right.
politics.
Can't fix everything.
But like, but this way, Belgrin,
Yes.
like, we need an assistant in our enterprise.
What?
It's like, so you get to come with us.
I do. Do you
Nope.
have? You don't have lakes of acid, do you?
No dunking of acid.
Is this a trick?
No trick.
I'm not going to be fed to something, all right?
Well, like,
I mean,
I
you
mean,
kind of already have been.
What?
to the acid.
We're in a thing.
Oh well, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
in a way, you're suffering fed the late king.
Yeah.
But he won't be eating anything ever again except acid. He died in it.
Oh. Well, excellent.
So, like, so it's like, so.
Live by the lake of acid. Die by the lake of acid.
Hey,
That
You might have the makings of a poet.
Yeah. All right. So you head out with the caravan.
Yes.
They desperately want the knowledge from the City of Granary.
Yes.
And yes, we constantly tell it about it. Yeah, see that lake of acid? You'll never see it again.
Yes. You start heading back to the City of Granary. It's a successful pull. If this is a campaign, you gain an advance, and you gain, of course, your instinct dice back.
Cool.
Just for the sake
there
of it.
There we go. Make that official.
Yeah.
There we go. Got it back.
Well, no, you might even get more. So, in that last scene, you all completed the pull, so that's worth at least 3.
Okay.
Certainly violence.
Certainly violence for you. I'd say, let's see, once for killing Togar. Actually, once for throwing him into the acid, poor Balgrin, because that, I mean...
and loyalty to her. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I agreed to throw myself into
so
acid.
that's 4, so that's 12 for you.
Nice.
What about you?
I don't really do anything.
Actually, no, you told him to do it instead of fear.
Oh, fear, yeah. I was
yeah.
afraid of the acid. Yep. Not for
It's
me.
like had someone else do it for you.
Yes, yes.
Let's see here. You weren't really curious about anything. But yeah, I mean...
All right.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
like,
something back.
that's why, some of the instincts are like greed and violence. That's like, I'm kind of a shitty person. But, like, it's really easy to fulfill my instincts.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Hey, we saved Balgrin.
Yeah,
Right.
so...
We did a good thing.
And there might be a way out of the ever, you might find a quest to lead you out,
Right.
tailward or headward, or maybe even through one of the ribs, who knows. That's more of a campaign goal. There's actually some stuff in the book written about that, so it's not entirely impossible that you're stuck in here the entire time, but...
Just imagine how shitty the world is up above.
Yeah, no, it's
Like, is it any better?
yeah, no, it's probably... It's wrecked. Get wrecked. But that's Belly the Beast. Question, comments, suggestions? You guys like this?
Very
Yeah.
interesting system.
Yeah.
I think just actually probably in retrospect would have had a D20 sitting up here for my.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's a good
But
idea.
but no, other than that, the system was character creation was a snap,
Yeah. That's all. Yeah. That's really
and
cool.
the system is easy as hell to recognize, and even the kind of nuances are pretty clear after a few
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently this system's called the Ethos Engine.
Yeah.
Ethos Engine. There's other games that use it. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. Look at this thing. Look how pretty this place is. So yeah, I just thought it was a crazy idea for a game. So I picked it up.
Also, it's like good teamwork. It's good
Right?
teamwork. It's good
Yes.
to go.
Yeah, I think actually with 2 players it worked really well.
Yeah.
So you guys got a lot of screen time.
We're gonna have slavery again. Like everyone's got some form of it.
Yeah, no, it's not.
fine.
Yeah, the whole world building stuff that they talk about is pretty interesting, and yeah, it's not a fun place to be in.
No.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, have an instinct of poetry.
Yeah, I like that too. So this has been Your Stomach is a Graveyard, and because now his stomach was literally a graveyard because that's where Togar died, in the
Yep.
stomach. So
Yep.
And I was like, and fuck that guy.
Right.
God, you guys are
Fuck
so
that guy.
mean at the evil king that was tormenting his people with stomach acid.
Awful.
No, he was tormenting Balgrin. He was tormenting one interesting NPC. So at that point, his fate was sealed.
I forgot. Yeah, that was your sympathy.
Ross, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. So, what was I thinking? All right, yeah. I'll see you guys next time.